half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half. And if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
And now a brief history of the garage door. Garage doors could date back to 450 BC when chariots were stored in gatehouses. Here in the States, they became a thing around the start of the 20th century. You could find a float-over door in a catalog way back in 1906. National Garage Door has been around since 1974. They're family owned and operated, so you can trust them to solve any garage door issues you may have. Squeaky door, malfunctioning door, or a need for a new door, which is what prompted us to give them a call, 916-638-4554. At National Garage Door Service is their number one priority. I've witnessed that commitment in my own home, certainly in our garage. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They are the nation's BSE broken spring experts. So if you have a garage door that looks and sounds like it dates back to 450 BC, National Garage Door can help, whether it's a garage door tune-up, repair, or replacement you need. They'll take care of you at National Garage Door, 916-638-4554. That's 916-638-4554. National Garage Door.
T-Mobile home internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
First thing, there are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile home internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on them.
Get T-Mobile home internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line. Additional terms apply for JD Power 2024 award information. Visit jdpower.com/awards.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home with a 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Okay, here's the game. I don't think we've ever played this. Let's see how far we can go without talking about the unfortunate events of last night. We just won't even bring it up for me.
Dude, I got a big weekend planned. I'm not looking back in the past. I'm not looking at old news or anything like that. I'm on to the weekend, man. I got big plans this weekend, big fella.
Now, I heard moments ago, and I know you heard it too, because Kyle Ledbetter told us both, one of the teams that you have going pretty far in your brackets may have already lost today?
Yeah, Kyle said my boy Penny Hardaway in Memphis got bounced. I think I had them in the Sweet 16.
Colorado State got them.
Yeah.
78-70.
Colorado State, one of the hottest teams.
12 over a 5.
I tell you what, though, fellas, I ain't even going to talk about the brackets. You know why? Because people are two-faced. Here's why. Everybody be like, oh, yeah, I had Colorado State.
Right.
Well, dog, you got 5 brackets. You had them in one. You can't brag about that. You know what I mean?
Right, that's true.
People always like, oh, yeah, I had that. But what about the other bracket? You ain't have them in, and so it's like, don't act like you all smart. And they're like, for instance, I got 2 brackets. I actually think I had Colorado State in one bracket. So I'm not going to go out there and be like, oh, I picked that. Nah, man, you got 5 brackets and got it right on one. So.
Wait, so seriously, you think you had 2 brackets?
I do have 2 brackets.
How come you're not taking, I mean, why are you saying, oh, I had Memphis going far? You should get the credit for.
Because that's who I am, Whitey. I'm not.
So like your other one is your main bracket? I mean,
yeah,
the one that had Memphis is.
So
yeah.
I did one bracket where I kind of thought about it. No, I didn't think about it. Excuse me. I didn't think about it.
Oh, okay.
Then 48 hours later, I did another bracket. And I said, you know what? Penny Hardaway, this might be his year. You know, he might got a squad this year. And so it's like, and I'll be honest, if I win anything, I'm putting it on record right now, Sacktown Sports 1140. If I win anything, any bracket, any money, whatever, it's by pure luck. Because I have no idea what the heck I'm doing this year, man. I don't know these teams. I don't know what's going on right now.
I don't know about you, Jay, but I thought he's going to say, if I win anything, I'm going to get something for my guys.
Nah. Shoot.
Come on, man. You knew
you big money guys,
like,
please.
Wow, this is.
Jay got mink rugs in his house. You got Emran and you doing live shows and things like, come on, man. Emran's coming in today, too.
Yeah.
He switched the time, by the way, fellas.
What time he coming in?
He's coming in at 5. He said he's busy.
All right.
All of a sudden.
I'm so excited to see him.
Yeah.
It's been about a month since I've seen
You think he's busy?
No, he got a lot going on, man.
I'm just asking.
He called me the other day, as a matter of fact, said, Drapes, I need Nick in here. I need him to work. I need help. And so Nick's going today. You ask, I would take care of you. But no, it's good to catch up with him, man.
I'd never heard of High Point watching the games yesterday. I'm not familiar with
Never heard of High Point?
Where's High Point?
North Carolina.
Oh, is it?
You know who used to coach at High Point?
No.
The great Tubby Smith.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Tubby Smith. That's how I know High Point.
The other one was last night. Michigan was playing UC San Diego.
Yes,
My
sir.
daughter used to go to UC San Diego. They barely had any sports.
They ain't no basketball.
Now they're first year they qualified for the tournament. Both the men and the women made it. And
Are
they
you
gave
serious?
Michigan a heck of a game last night.
UC San Diego ain't have a program that was worth anything to write
This
home
is
about?
the first year
football
they're
for a
eligible
long time,
for,
right?
Division I.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
and they
that.
made a tournament, and they almost pulled that one out last night. So I hear I was actually, well, we're not going to talk about it, but I thought you had a good call last night.
No, I was, I was telling somebody earlier, that Cleveland game, I left it all out on the floor, big fella. My greatest call ever. Like that game, I was dialed in. And you know how it is working with me, Whitey. For like the first hour or two, I'm locked in. But that second half of the show, my mind is one. Same thing calling the game. But that Cleveland game, I was dialed in from start to finish. I left it all out on the floor. Whatever happened last night, like, it wasn't the same. And so I get it from the player's perspective, how that was kind of emotionally draining the night before and probably took a lot out of it.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Don't know why we get so surprised. And when I say we, I'm including myself.
Yeah.
It's been almost 2 full seasons now of a team that's prone to these ups and downs. It's like, that's kind of who they are as a team.
Yeah.
And like you said, no excuses, but why do we get so, every time they win, it's like, oh, faith is restored. The world is reborn. And when they lose, like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Why do we allow ourselves to get that way? And how can this team do that? Like you said,
right.
Doesn't mean there's excuses that are valid or that it's acceptable, but this is who this team is.
Yeah, it's been like that not only this year, last year as well. Soon as you start believing, thinking they've turned a corner, you get crashing back down to earth. You come crashing back down to earth. And so there's going to be ups and downs, and it happens all the time. I mean, it's the NBA. It happens to everybody. But dang, what a 24-hour turnaround. Like this was back to back. One day it's fine. We talking, oh man, we're going to get into the playoffs if we keep playing like this. Next day it's like, blow it up again and everything.
Yes.
And so
last night it was first quarter, everything's great.
Yes.
2 quarters later, the same day, the same game.
Right. And the thing about it too, Whitey, is it the team's fault, the franchise, or should we be looking at ourselves in the mirror and saying, you know what, we're not getting hoodwinked anymore. We're not getting bamboozled anymore. We keep, it's like Lucy with the football and Charlie Brown.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she keeps snatching it away. That's what's happening with these games. Why does Charlie Brown keep falling for it then? Every time, every episode, and we keep falling for it all.
Because Charlie Brown is a sucker. That's why. Let me ask you about this. Now, today, Sam Amick was on with Carmichael Dave, and I'm listening, and he kind of threw something out there, kind of an aside. Like, not that the Kings necessarily have clinched a play-in spot. And I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about that. And I thought, but they haven't they? Then I see this. Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford are going to join Anthony Davis for a practice with the Texas Legends.
What's going on here?
Affiliate. So the trio is preparing to return from extended injury absences. Could Dallas still have a run in them, making this really dicey?
Yeah, I'm worried about that. I saw that also. I saw that, and I'm like, what are they doing? Are they actually trying to make a push now for the playoffs? And I'm looking at it. We're 2.5 games ahead of them, with still a tough schedule. By metrics left to go. Maybe they are pushing for the playoffs.
Maybe they're so embarrassed. They're trying to rally their troops, say, look, we at least got to get into the play-in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's the thing, though, Whitey. Even with those guys, no Kyrie. Right. I'm still not a believer in Dallas. Puts a little pressure on us. It's a team now we got to look back in our rearview mirror and see, But it's either them or Phoenix. All we need is one of them to beat one of them in terms of record in the standing. So I still feel very confident in this Kings team to make the play.
Yeah. The Kings are they are a little bit streaky shooting the 3-ball. We saw that last night. Defensively, they're a little, they're not a great defensive team. And so I think for those reasons, primarily also you got all these new parts. These are some of the reasons why they just right now are a type of team that is prone to these variances. And they've been that way for a while. So like you say, no excuses, but I just kick myself when I'm, I can't be shocked anymore when we see it.
No, here we are, 79 or 69 games into the season.
Yeah.
Like, this is what this season is. You have some highs, you have some crushing lows if you're the Sacramento Kings. And so, you just hope you have more highs than lows. And, I'm upset about last night, and I'll talk about it in Drape's Takes coming up in a minute, because now if you would have lost to Cleveland and beat Chicago, you'd still be 2-1 on this homestand. Everything would be fine. We understand it. But I think we had this conversation a few weeks ago. It's like you had it.
Yeah.
And you let it drop, slip through your fingers. Exactly. And same thing with last night. You had a chance to go 3-0 on this homestand. You let it slip against the Chicago freaking Bulls.
Who manhandled you.
They did. That second half, especially Kobe White.
Yep.
I don't understand, man. He turns into Jordan against us for some reason. And it was disappointing to see, man, because we didn't have any resistance, any fight when it came to guarding him. Or Vucevic also. Vucevic looked like an all-star last night. That can't happen. And Doug Christie said it. Unacceptable last night.
As a fan, what am I supposed to do with that? I get it. But when I hear the coach say, we've heard it before, not just this coach, so I get it, but it's unacceptable. At some point, as a fan, I have no choice. I have to accept it, right?
Yeah, but Whitey, I think we got to take a step back. And somebody brought this up on the text line or YouTube the other day, actually. Sports is a form of entertainment. The players' jobs is to go out there, play hard, and entertain. With that being said, they are doing their jobs, winning and losing. And so I feel like you said, what are we supposed to do as a fan? And somebody brought this up on yesterday's YouTube chat. Win or lose, they're still entertained. And I think as a fan, and trust me, I know how it is, because growing up when my team lost, I had a bad day. But I think we need to take a step back and say, you know what? It's a damn basketball game, Sacramento. It's a basketball game. There will be more. We got another one coming up tomorrow. They may win that. And so I feel like we're living and dying with every single game. And maybe we shouldn't be that much. And I understand being a passionate fan and everything. I get it. We want them to win. But if it's affecting the mental health, if it's making you angry, if it's making you have a bad day, if it's making you hole up in your house and not talk to your family, we need to take a step back.
We don't want to take a step back.
back.
But fans are going to fan, as you said. And we got Drape Steaks when we come right back to Sacktown Sports.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here. Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance. What? Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers. Seriously? Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them fight on your behalf, helping to put your tax problems to rest. Call the tax professionals at Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Live and local. It's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Good to be back. Sorry I missed everybody yesterday at Tom's Watch Bar. I'm sure that was a wonderful time for all. I'm kind of glad I didn't have to deal with Marsh's shirt. Did you see Scott Marsh's shirt yesterday?
I did. What was it again?
Marsh Madness?
Oh, is that? I thought it said March Madness. I didn't look at it that much. Come on.
Yeah, Marsh Madness. So
that's like, so you know I got some shirts out there. I got shirts.
I've heard.
That's like me wearing a Drape Sky shirt. You can't wear your own merch, right?
As I say,
that's weak.
Questionable play, but I think he pulled it off.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. Scott Marsh wearing his own merch. Come on, bro.
Did you have fun yesterday?
At Tom's Watch Bar?
Yeah.
Missed you, bro. Your boy, me and Jay, man. I told him, I said, I'm going to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, fourth meal, snack all that time. I was stuffed when I left that place, man. Those wings were banging. The cheese curds were great. I had a fantastic time. Delaney was helping us out. She was
awesome.
Taking care of us.
Met
some people. People actually stopped by just to say
awesome.
hi and everything. Yeah. Had a blast, Whitey.
Good,
Loved
good,
it. We got to do that once a week or something, man.
Yes. We have Drape Steaks coming up. Before we get to Drape Steaks, I got to let you know, Drapes may be a little distracted today. Maybe not. He's a professional. There's a new podcast. I don't know what it is, but there's some new pod that just dropped that he's so excited about. He's been watching it more than he's been paying attention to the show.
I mean, it's two wonderful 12-year-olds. They coming out with this new podcast. It's called Off Topic.
Off
Topic. And it popped up on YouTube. And I was like, let me check this out. What could it be about? Because it's off topic. And so I'm only a few seconds in, but it's great so far. It's fantastic. Off Topic podcast. Go check it out.
Off Topic. That almost sounds like somebody be related to you or something.
Exactly. My daughter Quinn, check. She had 69 views a second ago. She up to 73 views right now. Good. 4 views.
Hey, this is Sacktown Sports Radio.
So her and her friend.
I just wanted to call to say hello.
In case you didn't know, she had some British in her bloodline as well. That's what that came. But yeah, off-topic podcast. She said, Dad, I'm going to do a podcast. And as a dad, I support my daughter. Whatever you want to do, hon, go for it. So she said they filmed episode 1. I was like, oh, that's sweet, honey. So I came in here. I signed on to YouTube because I was firing up our show. And don't you know, a thumbnail of her is there. And so it's weird seeing your daughter like out there in the world.
Yeah.
You know, social media and some of the other stuff is one thing, but this is YouTube. And she's been begging for a YouTube page for years. And so you and I were talking. I might have to help her out a little bit with some of the quality of the podcast, maybe rent out a podcast studio. Talk to your boy Emran, right? You know, maybe arrange that for her and her friend to do. And so, yeah, I can't wait to actually watch it. Off-topic podcast.
You've probably done this. You can set some up at home,
right?
Minimal cost,
come
on,
for
pretty high quality
That's
stuff.
an endorsement deal waiting to happen, right? You know, I'm always thinking about, but you're right. I could do something at home, and I think we're getting closer, guys, to the Draper reality show.
Wow.
I mean, that the kids are pushing me for it. The daughter's doing the podcast. You know, we might become, I was going to say the Kardashians, and then I was like,
What did we decide? What did you decide as your show? Heard it through the grapevine, or what is it going to be?
No, that's brand new. I've never heard that. Drapers Capers, right? All right, maybe not that, but I'll come up with something, man. We'll come up with something.
Let's see what you got now. It's time for Drapes Takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
All right, Kings fans, I'm upset. Here's why. And not because of my daughter's podcast. I'm upset not only because the Sacramento Kings lost the game last night, but Kevin freaking Huerter. Kevin freaking Huerter. Nice guy. Helped us win 48 games. But he had the last laugh last night. Remember a few weeks ago when De'Aaron Fox came and Zach LaVine was the best player on the floor?
Yeah.
Like, we shut down Fox and our guy was the best player on the floor. This was reverse. Our guy, Zach LaVine, had a rough outing. And the guy we shipped out of town, Kevin Huerter, hit back-to-back dagger threes against us. 25 points, Whitey, 7 assists. Kevin Huerter ain't had 7 assists since high school. How's he getting 4 steals for Kevin Huerter?
And unlike De'Aaron Fox, who said, it wasn't that big a deal.
Right.
Kevin Huerter made it clear. It was a big deal.
Right, and so it's like insult to injury. You know, we're already down, not feeling good about the loss. Then Kevin Huerter is staring into the crowd, egging them on, you know, just killing us. That hurt last night. Let me get to what I saw from our squad, the Sacramento Kings. And I thought this during the game, Whitey, and I don't know if you felt like this also, because we've actually seen this script before, not with the Kings, not only with the Kings, but the entire NBA. A team comes out, hits a whole bunch of threes, and we think, eventually those threes are not going to fall. And that's what we saw in the second quarter. Kings in that first quarter, 11 of 17, 64.7% from three. Second quarter, Whitey, 2 of 10, 20%. Now they started taking the ball to the hole a little bit, but by that time, it was fool's gold. You feeling good, and Malik talked about it. They let go their foot off the pedal, gas pedal. Why? Because the threes were falling, everything. Ooh, this is fun. Wee. No, Sacramento Kings fans, it wasn't we. Because you can't do that for an entire game. You can't shoot at that clip for an entire game. So even though you built the lead, you still got to be locked in. And it's as old as time that the shots aren't going to start falling. The other team's going to get a little momentum, Whitey. And I thought that's what happened for part of that game. That's how Chicago got back in that game in the second quarter.
Yeah, 11 for 17 from 3 in the first quarter. Quarters 2 through 4. 5 for 22.
Ooh, you did the math. And so I was a little disappointed by that. Let me also talk about my guy, Zach LaVine, because a lot of people on his case today, understandably. Zach, 2 of 9, 8 points. This is a Zach LaVine revenge game. And what I'm seeing from Zach is a guy who is still unsure of his fit in the offense. Is he just running to the corner? Does he need the ball in his hands a little more? Do they need to do a better job of getting him involved? Clearly, Zach had something going on. He missed the Cleveland game because of personal reasons. I felt like that might have affected him. But I don't think, and this is not a slant, this is, a slight or anything to the coaching staff. It is what it is. And I said this last week. I don't think we're necessarily putting each player in a position to succeed. And I feel like because we have so many new guys, the roster isn't fully flushed out and complete yet. Guys are still getting to know each other. There will be nights where Malik has it going on, but then Zach doesn't get the touches. DeMar has it going on, but then Malik is not getting the touches. We need a game where everybody is playing at a high level. And I feel like too often, one night is Zach, one night is DeMar, one night is Malik, Keegan. And so how do we get everybody clicking? Because this is what happens, Whitey. When you got a team like the Boston Celtics who have 5 scorers in that starting lineup, if one of them, Drew Holiday, Derek White, has an off shooting game, it doesn't matter. But I feel like with the Kings, if we have a slow Zach LaVine game, a slow DeMar game, we need our guys to be clicking. And that's one of the things we talked about too, Whitey, with the balance. We don't need one guy to go off for 35, 40 because that means somebody else is only getting 7 or 8. We need 5 guys around that 16 to 25 range. I think that's when we're at our best.
It's dangerous to put too much stock into what players say after the game because sometimes the players are they're trying to get through the session, right? It's like, blah, blah, blah. But Malik said something that was a little interesting at the very least when he said, Zach's got to get used to taking some shots he's not comfortable with. It's like, well, why is he being asked to take shots he's not comfortable with? And maybe he just meant he has to shoot more, but, it's like Henry Turner said, when they got him, I would have gone to him and say, what are the 2 or 3 plays you like the most? And we will put them in. Now, maybe they've done that, but Zach having to take shots he's not comfortable taking, if that's true, I take that at face value, that's a little bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah, and it'd be different if he is a first, second, third year player.
Yeah.
This is a dude who's been in the league for a while.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's hard to ask a guy who's done it one way and been very successful at it. Now you got to fit into this and your shots aren't going to come. That's what I'm talking about, not maximizing what our guys can do. We have to figure out a better way. And I understand Malik Monk, who came out on fire, knock it down, 5 threes in the first quarter. Damn, he only hit 5 for the entire game.
Correct.
You were about to point. I see you looking.
Correct.
I just noticed that he didn't hit a single one after the fact. And so I understand, and Malik, he's always talking about how can he help Zach? How can he help DeMar, help the other players? I mean, I think, honestly, if I'm keeping it real, we might be asking too much of Malik Monk. Why is it on Malik Monk to try and be Chris Paul all of a sudden, to try to be Rajon Rondo? It's on the coaching staff. It's on other players. It's on Zach as an individual. I feel like too much pressure is being put on Malik Monk's shoulders. And like I said before, we're not putting Malik in the best position Malik can't just be Malik if we're asking him to average 8, 9, 10 assists and be the, quote, point guard. And so that's where I feel like this offseason, whether it's trade deadline or whatever, they got to figure something out at that position. Because as great as Malik is, 34 points, he was cooking. To be able to score and ask him to worry about getting everybody else involved, that might be a little too much.
Yeah, it might be, and I'm not disagreeing with it, but I will say, I'm sure you'd agree, one of the reasons they've been playing better of late, it's no coincidence that he started playing better and they started playing better. I mean, he's played really well last stretch of games.
Yeah, he has, Whitey, but here's the thing. Zach was out. Domas left early. And so when you get those guys back, with Zach coming back last night, Zach can't take 9 shots.
Right.
And I talked to Zach about this yesterday. And he hears it. He hears the chatter. He hears, Zach needs to shoot more. Zach needs to shoot more. We got to do a better job of maximizing everybody. Like DeMar DeRozan.
The offense isn't functioning right. If he gets 9 shots, doesn't matter what everyone else is doing. It's like, it's not supposed to work that way.
And I'll say this. DeMar DeRozan is being DeMar DeRozan. The shots he's taking and getting, That's what he's been getting his whole career. You know, I look at Malik Monk, the shots he's taking, shots he's getting his whole career. Zach right now looks at times like the square peg trying to fit into a round hole. Mm-hmm. And we got to figure out a better way. Let me real quick, lastly, talk about my guy, Trey Lyles, because I do want to accentuate the positive. Trey Lyles, 22 points. But more importantly, 24 minutes. He's being aggressive, Whitey. He's not just being a dude on the floor. He's saying, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make an impact. And Trey, I know you're listening. You love the drive guys. I know that, big fella. I need that every night. And it's not about the box score, Trey. It's about if you're out there, we need to feel your impact. And that goes for everybody. Devin Carter, Keon Ellis. But there's an old saying, Whitey. Work your minutes. Don't let your minutes work you. Trey, when you come out there, you are a valuable part of this. Small ball 5. You could play the 4 as well. You could defend. You could knock down the 3. You can rebound. This Trey freaking Lyles week. This is a former lottery pick we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And so if Trey Lyles plays like he did these last few games, and I'm not talking about just scoring, I'm talking about competing, that's what we need from him over these final 13 games, Whitey. Mm-hmm. Anything on Trey you want to add?
The Maple McAdoo. That's all I got.
I like that. I like that. People 30 and under are like, who? So, Jay, that's Drape Steaks is brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
A look at the King who made NBA and Kings history last night next on Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Northwest Exteriors.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Friday. Staring at clouds and sunshine, and temperatures today will peak in the mid-60s, just shy of what is typically average, as we're usually in the upper 60s. Overnight, look for more cloud cover and temperatures in the 40s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Northwest Exteriors wants to keep you cool all season long. Trusted in Sacramento for heating and cooling systems. Book your tune-up today as part of our 30th anniversary special. Call 888-TRUST-NW or visit trustnorthwest.com.
Simply the best. Trust Northwest.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Get ready, NorCal. The Lodi Beer Fest and State Barbecue Championship is on Saturday, April 26th at the Lodi Grape Festival grounds. There will be something for everyone. Craft beers from over 50 breweries, live music, outrageous food, games, plus taste barbecue from world-class barbecue teams. For tickets and more information, go to grapefestival.com. Must be 21 years of age or older to attend. The Lodi Beer Fest, where great brews meet legendary cues. Saturday, April 26th in Lodi.
Hey mom, hey dad, spring break is just around the corner. Take advantage of the extra time with your kids and schedule a fun and convenient dental appointment at Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics. It's our mission to deliver more fun and less fear. Our dental rock stars strive to give nothing but the best experience to both parents and kids. We have several convenient appointments available this week, even on Saturdays. With locations throughout the Sacramento area, we have a practice near you. To book online, go to kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, where you can schedule an appointment today.
Explore unbeatable lease offers at Folsom Buick GMC. Lease the 2024 GMC Hummer EV SUV for just $699 per month. The 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 for only $469 per month. Or the 2024 GMC Sierra Crew Cab Pro for just $219 per month. Plus, enjoy a 20-year, 200,000-mile powertrain warranty with any new vehicle purchase. Check dealer for exclusions and receive a Starbucks gift card when you visit our store. Visit Folsom Buick GMC today. See dealer for complete details.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
You just said it. We just let off the gas, relaxed too much, didn't do what we did in the first half, which was drive, kick, swing. Started playing a little bit one-on-one ball, and the ball got stuck. The shots weren't going in, and they made their run.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Malik Monk post-game, of course. By the way, right now in the tournament, you got St. Mary's, just 1:18 to go. They're nursing a 3-point lead over Vandy. St. Mary's coming from behind. Drapes, I don't mean to sound like Mr. Oh, I missed the old days. But watch this tournament. I sure missed the Pac-12.
Right. I'm with you on that, man. It's, and, you know, even me being an East Coaster, tournament comes around. I'm doing my brackets. I'm like, all right, let me look for the Pac-12 teams.
Yeah.
Away in the Big Ten now.
Yeah.
In the SEC now. Like, it just not, it's not the same, man.
Yeah.
It's not
when the
same.
Pac-12 had a good first couple of days, I always felt like, yeah, that'll show all those yahoos back east. We know a little something about basketball out there.
And I'll be honest, Whitey, what happened to the Pac-12, and I've said it before, is criminal. It's probably the worst thing that could happen in college athletics outside of, you know, the chaos with the portal and everything. But over the last 30, 40 years, like the dismantling of the Pac-12 and the conference realignment is too much. I don't know who's in what conference now. And it's not just Pac-12, Whitey. I don't know where Texas at anymore. You know, but the Big 12 is different than it used to be. The Big 10, it's just I miss the old rivalries, man, that we used to have.
Tradition used to be more of a selling point. It used to be part of the fabric of college sports. And we got to a point where the powers that be decided we just don't need that anymore. And maybe they're right, you know, and maybe newer fans don't care about that. But it was just for those of us who were brought up that way. I don't mean to speak for you, but it's like, well, wait a minute, you're kind of pulling the rug out. These are things that matter. These are values that mattered. Now you're saying, no, it doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I mean, and it's not just college athletics. It's a shift in society where the only thing that matters is money now. You know, everything is you know, well, I'm getting paid $1 million, so it must be the right thing that, you know, and so we're seeing it in politics. We're seeing it, you know, in media. We're seeing it. Think about sports talk media. You know, we got Stephen A. just signing a 5-year, $100 million deal, spouting some of the stuff he spouts. And it's like, we're rewarding it. And so everything is just about how much does it cost? How much will I make? Like, for instance, I'm about to get on the soapbox here. Jay, give me my music, big fella, real quick. Give me my music. Give me my music because...
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy.
Bonus.
Yeah, this is a bonus Drapes takes because I've actually been thinking about this for about a month since the NBA All-Star game. And what's happening in our society that's upsetting me and kind of pissing me off is I look at the NBA All-Star weekend. It's become all about clicks, flash. Why the hell we got so many damn YouTubers taking part in NBA All-Star weekend? How are these YouTubers making millions on top of millions? Influencers. We see it with our kids. Our kids would rather watch somebody else do something than do it themselves. Our kids, my son, would rather watch somebody play NBA 2K than play NBA 2K himself. And I feel like because everything is about the almighty dollar now and not necessarily about and I don't want to get in trouble or diss anybody, but damn, I'm talking to my son about his future. He's like, Dad, I don't even know what professions are out there really. So I'm schooling him. He's like, I just want to be a YouTuber. I just want to be. And then we talk about obviously what's happening in athletics. We heard Steve Alford say the other day, when it comes to recruiting kids now, kids don't even ask about playing time. They don't even ask about graduation. They don't even ask about, can you get me to the pros? It's all about how much can you pay me? What's the NIL package? You look at conference realignment, it's all about the money. It's not about competition. It's not about what's good for the game. And I feel, and then when you look in our political world, our society, everything is based on, will it save you money? X guy will save me money, means more in my pocket, so I'm going to vote for him. Y person takes money out of my pocket, so I'm going to vote against him. Money, the old saying, is the root of all evil, and I feel like we're seeing it now in all walks of life. It's not just sports. It's not just politics. We become such a capitalistic society that it's like that's all that matters anymore. And you talk about Pac-12, Whitey. Rest in peace, Bill Walton, who's rolling over his grave right now with about 100+ years of history. I just feel like, I don't know. And maybe I'm being an old man, get off my lawn and everything like that. But I get it, man. It's hard out here. People want to make money and everything. But money should not be your sole reason for making decisions. It could be a tool. It could be a factor. But it seems like that's all it's about nowadays, Whitey, and it's kind of frustrating. And we started this conversation talking about the Pac-12. Obviously, you could tell that really hurt me. Growing up in East Coast, growing up in Philadelphia, I love watching Ed O'Bannon. I love watching Sean Elliott. I love watching Luke Ridnour at Oregon. Fred Jones. Like, I go back. I love watching Dan Dickau at Gonzaga and all that. I love West Coast basketball, and now I don't even know if you can say we have West Coast basketball. West Coast basketball right now is a hodgepodge. It's everywhere. Right. It's kind of abstract. I miss those days, and I'm just angry, man. That's a sore subject for me right there, Whitey. The Pac-12, because what they did to that conference is criminal. Head should roll, and when that 30 for 30 comes out, I'm going to be on it. That's Drape's Takes, Jay. I just had to get that off my chest, man. It's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
Hold up, Whitey. Hold up. Because I know what somebody.
I think they keep drafted.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And people will be like, oh, that's the man that drives a Mercedes talking. I'm going to just say this.
The Mercedes man.
Those are my people at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
I do stuff for them. They do stuff for me. Let me just say that. So it's not all about
NIL, baby.
Exactly. It's part of NIL.
You're a content creator. That's what you're looking for. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I don't know, man. I just
like McNeese State, Aura.
Shots out.
Shout out to McNeese State. Dude, did you say I love McNeese State? Jay, I didn't know they did the boombox walk-in.
Yes,
I had no idea.
Shout out to them.
I don't know, man. I just
that was No Switch, right?
Yeah, 916.
Look at you.
Okay,
Whitey. I've seen you, man.
All right. Hold up here, 916. See, the only people that say that are people that have money. Isn't that ironic? Nah, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. Because I know tons of people who don't have money that are doing good for others, that are sacrificing for themselves to help others. And so that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The people that are about the money are already the rich ones. Pac-12 presidents already have money, but they want more money, Whitey. This is not about grassroots. This ain't about helping this little man. This is about, I got to get mine while I can.
But I will say about the NIL, and I know it's different and it's hard for some of us, but somebody was making the money. If somebody's going to make money, I'd rather the athletes make some money.
100%. But is that the only reason to go to a school nowadays? Is that the only reason to choose a job? How about this, Whitey? If you got offered, but what about happiness? What about fulfillment? What about honoring your word, whatever it may be? Are you just going to go to the highest bidder?
Well, it's up to everyone as a parent, as a mentor, as somebody who has any influence on trying to instill those values in people to the best of your ability for their sake, for society's sake. But like you said, I mean, People's always been greedy. People are always going to be greedy.
Real quick, too, Brandon Dietzman. Sports betting is a great example. So many people don't even enjoy the game anymore. Think about it. Sports is supposed to be entertainment. Now we got people living and dying. You know, they're spending money. Like it's money is too much, man. It's just getting crazy right now.
We'll get back to the Kings. What Malik said about the offense. Tell you why the offense wasn't really the problem last night when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Saturday night, Kings and Bucks. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip-off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockworth, Retirement Security Center for the Weekly Economic Update. Buy low, sell high is sometimes the old standard recommendation for investing in stock-based investments. Many investors have followed that rule, buying dips in the stock market valuations when they occur. As the stock market has pulled back recently, equity owners and 401k accounts have sold stock-based investments at 4 times the average level. Equity outflows have been over $4 trillion in the past 2 weeks alone. U.S. households had reached record levels of equity investment exposure. Nearly half of their investments reflect stock market ownership. Partially due to the uncertainty and the effect of recent and future tariffs, the Federal Reserve left rates unchanged for the 3rd consecutive meeting. Even though rates have not moved at the Federal Reserve level, we could see reductions in borrowing costs in the coming months. We're already seeing lower mortgage, credit card, and auto loan rates, which could help ease the burden felt by many Americans as they continue to work through the increased cost of goods and services. These drops may not be enough to boost the housing markets, so rate reductions could still be a key to this industry. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth, member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry, from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit, with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
T-Mobile home internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
Cursing, there are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile home internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on there.
Get T-Mobile home internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line.
Additional terms apply. For JD Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Kyle Draper. Equip your staff with top-notch uniforms,
professionally cleaned and delivered weekly to your workplace by Alsco Uniforms, proud sponsors of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. Our services include uniforms, towels, floor mats, mops, first aid supplies, and restroom essentials to uphold cleanliness and safety standards in your business. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Visit alsco.com to learn more. Again, visit alsco.com.
Tom's Watch Bar has the best happy hour in Sacramento, starting with $5 specials all day, every day. Plus select $7 appetizers and $12 entrees with 360-degree viewing and game day vibes that match being at the game. Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for sports fans.
Afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
We'll get back to the Kings. We got Jerry Reynolds at 3:30. Emeron's going to be in at 5.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Speaking of money, Drapes, I guess you think this is worth it based on the text that Jay sent us. Breaking new at Mets games this season, the Dog Bowl.
Yeah,
for $12.99, fans can get 12 hot dogs stuffed inside of a Mets helmet.
Sign me up. I want two
says,
of them.
Love it. That's a good idea.
That's a
good deal.
That's a great deal. Whitey, do you know how much hot dogs cost at stadiums nowadays?
It depends what kind of hot dog.
Come on, man. That's a Costco price.
Dude, I've seen some $7, $8 for one dog. You get 12 for 13. Like Jay said, that's cheaper than Costco. Costco is $1.50. This is like averaging about $1.05 or whatever it is.
One of the things that was great at the Oakland Coliseum is they had the gourmet sausages you could get. Yeah. These aren't gourmet sausages. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And they're stuffed into a helmet. That's fine. I mean, if you have a bunch of people, get a hot dog.
We looking at it. It's not like it's all bent up and everything.
It's not a helmet.
It's not
a sweaty
bad.
helmet.
And how about this?
The former Met Howard Johnson just wore.
Joe.
Here's the thing, though. You get the 12 hot dogs, and you get to keep the helmet.
And the
helmet.
Okay.
You can use that as a planter. You can use it for a number of different things. So I think that might be one of the best deals in all of baseball.
That is one of the
right
best
there.
deals, right?
That's not bad right there.
Come on, Whitey, a 12-piece, a 12-pack?
A 12-pack of
for
hot dogs?
$13?
Family of 4 can have dinner?
It's just those are not great hot dogs. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Here you go. You must be eating on the best of the best hot dog over there, Whitey.
Like he ain't never been to a dollar menu, shopped on a dollar menu at some of these fast food spots.
I don't know if you ever make it in halftime because I know you're busy. But they have, where they serve dinner, they have hot dogs at halftime. And they're good hot dogs. There's some about hot dogs when there's like a ton of them. It's like, I don't know. Maybe because I used to sell hot dogs.
How about this?
Maybe
fair or foul?
Okay.
You tell me.
Yeah.
I don't go in the media room at halftime, but there was one game I was doing pre and post or something like that. And so I went downstairs to get a drink. It was probably like 5 minutes left to go before halftime. I saw 2 or 3 media members coming in, getting the dogs early before halftime even began. Like they raced down to get them. Fair or foul? Or should they wait till approximately halftime and then come down? It was like they were racing to get them in case they ran out or something like that. Is that fair or foul?
I think it's fair.
Premature hot dog.
I've never seen them run out. I guess they could.
They ain't running out.
Yeah, I don't.
Come on, man. It's the
like,
arena, brother.
Yeah, I'm just saying. At like 5 minutes, ain't you covering the game? Like, in the second, and they run down and.
What was you doing down there?
Dog, I went to get a drink from the fountain thing.
Were they legit? Were they like national media? Were they?
No, some local guys. I ain't going out anybody. I ain't going, but it was like.
Who was it?
It seemed, I don't know. It just seemed
I don't have
like.
a problem with it.
Why are you racing down to get ballpark Franks? Oscar Mayer hot dogs. I don't know.
A couple games ago, I almost got 2. I had one, was going back, and I asked Brendan and Chris, I said, have you ever double dogged it? And Chris Balkin said, yeah, go for it, but I've never done it. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it either. So one per customer.
Nah, that's hot dogs, man. You got to have 2. Who eats one hot dog? It's like eating one chip.
It's just like you said, though. It's like I'll eat one. Want to make sure everybody enjoys their hot dog.
Okay. All right.
Man, there's 1,000 of them down there, aren't there?
And they got them upstairs. They got them all over.
They ain't hard hard to find. Yeah.
That's what made it. That's why I'm like, why you got to come down early to
ain't
get a
hard
hot
to
dog?
find. Yeah.
You know?
All right. So,
hold up real quick, though.
bucket of dogs.
I want to give Chris the mom a shout out here. She says, quote,
dog bowl.
That's right, Kyle. Money is the root of all evil, controlling the wrong interests. As far as us poor ones, my daughter out here as we speak with 300 plus students coming in for a statewide BSU leadership conference Friday to Sunday. All volunteers to help prepare for their future. That's what I'm talking about. That's what Chris the mom. That's what's up, man. Shout out to your daughter out there.
Thank you.
Jay and I were talking about this a few weeks ago, and I think it was a day when you were traveling or something. And we're talking about doing stuff for like big brothers, big sisters. And I've reached out to them. I haven't heard back from them, but those, like you say, your son, those people in that wide age group of trying to look ahead, like, what am I going to do? That's always, tough thing to face. But I think now it's got to be maybe tougher than ever.
Right. About what to do.
Yeah.
For
when
your
you look
future?
at what's out there and the way things are going, man, how am I going to find my way in that?
Well, here's the thing, Whitey, you know this. I mean, the role models nowadays, the ones people are looking up to are the influencers, the YouTubers, because that's what the young generation is connecting to. My son's not connecting to the firefighter, the policeman, it's what he's seeing on TV. And these kids don't even watch TV anymore.
Nah, YouTube.
They're watching YouTube. So they're seeing that. And so I think that's part of it too. It's like they aren't being exposed to the wide range of careers. They're being exposed to celebrity status.
And
media.
Social network.
Yeah, exactly.
The glamorous life.
Yep.
Where, and it's one of those things where everybody on social network, we always hear this. No one's doing bad.
Yeah.
Everybody on social network is at the top. Everybody's rich. Everybody's got money. And one of my favorite things I always say to my daughter is so no one works at DMV no more, huh? No one works at a cubicle. Nobody works in a cubicle. Yeah, right.
No, dude, everybody going to Dubai and Italy and all that. Yeah. Everybody living that life.
Bali. Every
Bali.
Every come on, man. Stop it.
You know what's funny about that, Jay? And it's not funny. It's serious. To your point, I've seen people post happy pictures out with friends partying, but I know in their personal life, they going through it.
Man, come on
they
now.
Struggling. Shoot, I'm doing that. I'm struggling right now. And so I don't even feel right posting a lot anymore. People like, Drapes, you need to post more. You need to be out there. I'm like, I'm not in the mood to post. Like, I'm struggling over here. And so to Jay's point, what you see out there isn't always the real deal of what's going on in somebody's life.
Absolutely. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. JR joins us on Sacktown Sports. What's up, JR?
What's up? I got to give you props, Drapes. You were at a charity event once, and you were up there, and you said, any of you nonprofits need me to speak at an event, be an MC, I'm totally game for it. And we actually hit you up on Wednesday, but you were doing the Cleveland game. It's Junior Achievement of Sacramento, and we do like career readiness, financial literacy, and you were all game for it. I want to give you huge props because that was very cool of you to.
Thank you. I never know what you're going to say when you come on. So when you come on, again, I appreciate anything for the kids, big fella. You know that, anything for the kids.
Same thing
on this. We're going to hit you up again. We're going to hit you up again. And listen, we have tons of hot dogs. So don't worry. We'll make sure you get one, big fella.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you. All right, man. That's hilarious.
How about Steven on Sacktown Sports? Hey, Steven. Thanks for hanging. What's up?
What's up, boys? I just wanted to check in with you guys and say, man, it was a pleasure meeting you yesterday, Kyle.
Yeah, he came through. He slid through.
Very
nice.
Yep, it was about time that I got to meet you, man. And bruh, you not to be all weird, man, you are a lot bigger in person than you say. To be honest with you, bro. When I shook your hand, man, you engulfed my entire hand, and that felt uncomfortable. Like, you are a large dude. So I'm just saying, man, you are a cool cat, man. I never wished you before I dipped off. I never said good game or good call, have a good call. So you had a really good call last night. My man was fired up. So it was just a really good time. It was a pleasure. I got to meet Jay for the first time as well. So, I mean, it was an absolute pleasure to pull up on you guys, man. So I just wanted to say thanks, man. And Man, that's it.
Thanks for sliding through,
Thank
bro.
you, Steven.
All right, Steven.
Appreciate it.
Be
Sorry
good,
I
man.
missed you.
I know,
Thanks to
Whitey.
Tom's
Dude,
Watch
people
Bar
were
for
asking
having
about you. Where's Whitey at?
Where's that other? What's you know my guy?
Yeah,
What's his name?
where's
What's his
Stretch
name?
at? Where's Stretch
You know
at?
my guy. What's his name? Jay. Where's he at?
Oh, man.
you, Jay, and my man, what's his name? Your boy in there.
That's all time, man. That's a classic right there.
Doug Christie explaining why the Kings offense gets stuck and why I don't think that was really the problem last night when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
Saturday night, Kings and Bucks. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Get ready for an epic night out. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th. That same night, comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Get ready to laugh your socks off. And for all you country fans, Lee Bryce and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater June 21st. Then head to Santa Rosa for Country Summer with Sam Hunt, Kane Brown, and Dustin Lynch June 27th through the 29th. Then back to one of the most beautiful venues as Parker McCollum takes the stage August 16th at Ironstone Amphitheater in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at SacktownSports.com. Again, get all the details on the hottest events happening in town and your chance to win tickets at SacktownSports.com.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHDK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento, from the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
watch bar, the energy from the crowd
Sure.
out there and the fans out there, and then going into the arena that first quarter. And so it was a good day, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
What was
Thank
it
you.
like calling 25,000 points for DeMar
Oh, I
DeRozan?
loved it, dude. I kept turning to Alan, our stats guy next to me, because I got it on my board, my sheet there, and I kept pointing him. When DeMar hits 25, make sure I don't miss that, you know? And so, I was counting down, looking at the stat sheet and everything. And then Shannon Malone, who's the Kings PR person, she's in front of me. And when it happened, or right before it happened, she turned to me and showed me the graphic that they had about the coming up. So we were all locked in and dialed in for that moment.
He's, I believe, the third player in history who has played for the Kings and has reached 25,000 points with Oscar and Vince Carter. Although Vince probably did it way before he was here, didn't he? I don't know, but
yeah, because that was probably
25,000 point guy who played for the franchise.
That's huge, man. That's huge. 25,000 points, Whitey.
Mitch doesn't even have, and Mitch has a ton of points.
Yeah.
I think he's at 24 something.
Yeah, and we're talking 27 people in NBA history, just counting their NBA stats, not combining ABA, NBA, their NBA stats, 27 people to do it. And DeMar is the latest one.
Mm-hmm.
7th active, right?
Active is, LeBron, Durant, Harden, Westbrook,
Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. And then CP3's at 22,885.
Damn.
Dame's at 22,598. So that's just a ton of points.
Yes, that's a lot. And all those other guys, they hit threes. Like DeMar's he's doing it the hard way. Like he's a throwback, one of them old school guys.
Mhm.
He's doing it with twos and free throws. That's elite.
One of the most surprising names, and we won't spend a lot of time on this, but just looking at this list of the highest scores ever, you got Steph and then DeMar, Ewing, Ray Allen, Iverson, Barkley. And I know he was a great player, but he played with other players that needed to shoot more. Robert Parrish is 32nd. I know he played forever.
Yeah, he played a million
if I'm being
seasons.
honest, and I know he was an excellent player and won multiple championships. I was surprised to see him that high on the list.
Yeah, and
really good player.
I'm gonna look up his numbers right now but yeah, Whitey, look at this though, right here. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 seasons of scoring double figures. That longevity, man. Played till he was 43 years old.
Mitch, by the way, 20,497, 48th all time, just 2 spots ahead of Giannis. So anyway, and I appreciated DeMar's response last night, which basically was, we lost. So
We lost the game.
Maybe I'll feel better about it tomorrow.
Think about this too when it comes to DeMar. Some of the people he's ahead of, like you said, Mitch, Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, Charles Barkley, D Wade, Clyde, Larry Bird. These are some all-time greats. David Robinson, George Gervin. George Gervin was a scorer, and he's ahead of him. Patrick Ewing. Like this dude, when it's all said and done, he's at what, 25,005. He's easily, Whitey, going to be top 15 all time in scoring. I'm talking about DeMar DeRozan over the next couple of years.
It's amazing how durable he's been.
Yeah.
Year after
At
year
this
after
age.
year after year. Wasn't it last year he led the league in minutes played?
Yeah. Yep. Led the league in minutes played. And I'm looking at his basketball reference page right now. Last year, 79 games. He played 74, 76. COVID year, 61 out of the 66. 68, that was the end of the COVID year. So that was a shortened season. 77, 80. No, you're right. He's avoided the knock on wood, the one that'll keep him out 6 months or 3 months or something like that.
Yeah. Had another big game last night. Wasn't enough. The Kings fallen to the Bulls, which stings. And I know a lot of people after the game, a lot of the reporters were asking Doug Christie about what went wrong with the offense, and Doug struggled to explain from his standpoint.
I think more than anything, it's I think I can do it type of an attitude, and that that's great because everyone should believe in themselves. But they were shown multiple videos, and they know to especially when you got teams that are switching or teams that are helping, you just one dribble get off of it. Create an advantage, and once the advantage is created, just continue to play for each other until you get a really good shot. And it's not from a bad place. Like that's not it. We don't got guys in there that are thinking like that. It's just the nature of the game. Sometimes they get you. The pressure, if you want to use that word, of the game as it's going on can get you sometimes. And unfortunately, the performance tonight was not to the level that I expect or they expect out of themselves, I'm sure.
That's been an ongoing issue with the Kings in the half court. Drapes to my eye, and I, was frankly watched the game last night under the influence of Haagen-Dazs bars and Mucinex. So I'm not sure I was seeing things clearly, but I know the offensive issues. Yeah, as I say, these are legitimate issues. I thought the Kings really lost the game at the other end. I thought once the Bulls started getting downhill on them consistently, the Kings couldn't get stops, and so then they were forced to get into the half court offensively, which is not their strength. The Bulls ran them off the 3-point line. It took them a while to adjust to that, but I know they go hand in hand.
Yeah, a little bit of
maybe
both.
It's apples and oranges, but I thought the game really started tilting against the Kings when they struggled to get stops.
I agree with you in this regard, and I got the box score ahead of me. You're probably proud of that. 25 they scored in the second, 25 in the third, 27 in the fourth. Not great, but it's not horrendous.
Right.
But you gave up 37 in the third, 36 in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it is, Whitey. Even when the shots aren't falling, ideally you should still be able to rely on your defense. The defense, you can't give up. How many points is that? 73 points in a half and expect to win. And then life was made so easy for Kobe White. Give him credit. He always plays well against us. But when you look at the numbers, how's Kobe White going to the line 14 times? It's our defensive breakdown. We hacking. We're fouling. He had 31 points in the second half, Kobe White. Vucevic, 24 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. This is a guy who has been a forgotten man in Chicago. I know he's a former All-Star, but we got to turn off these guys' water. Even if the shots aren't falling, when you build a 19-point lead, it shouldn't be about offense the rest of the way. It should be about defense. So I agree with you. I will say this, though, just to push back just a little bit. They had 11 assists in the first quarter, Whitey. They were looking great in that first quarter. They had, if I do my math correctly, 16 assists the final 3 quarters. So that's 5 and a third assist every quarter. That's not going to get it done either. You got to move the ball. And I felt like that happened and stopped, moving the ball. It was sticking a little bit. And so they do go hand in hand.
They do.
A little bit of both as well. And how about this? 12 turnovers, 20 points. They turned the ball over 14 times. We only scored 15 points off those turnovers. So they're the ones we turned it over. They were able to race out and get buckets off. And also, too, Whitey, you ain't winning when you give up 23 fast break points.
Right.
Like,
That's
come on, man.
transition defense.
Yeah, transition defense was bad.
Not to play box score bingo with you,
Yeah,
but
let's
how
do
about
it.
those points in the paint? I know you don't even want to look at it.
I'm about to, though. 60. And it was drives to the basket.
That's what Katie, your partner, pointed out last night. It wasn't just post ups.
Yeah, it wasn't prime Shaq dominating.
Kobe White. And even Patrick Williams was like, I'm just putting my head down and taking it to the basket.
No, I'm with you, man. Trey Jones even got a few layups. And so I felt like what happened in that second half, especially, and this is, something, the team is going to have to address internally. It's one thing to play hard, Whitey, play physical, but what happens when the other team does it also? If you play hard and physical and out physical them, okay. But the Bulls raised it up another notch, and we couldn't get to that point and match them. Kobe White, Trey Jones, Vucevic, Patrick Williams, they raised it up another notch, and we played hard. I didn't feel like we didn't play hard. They just played harder. They took it. They were more physical in that second half.
And Kevin Huerter made his point. Back with more on that next. Sacktown Sports.
Danzig live. With special guests Down, Abath, and Cro-Mags. Saturday, March 22nd, 6 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Danzig.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local, but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Jerry Reynolds going to join us bottom of the hour. The text line here, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. From the 916, 12 hot dogs. You can use the helmet and sell it to pay for your triple bypass.
Oh, you're not eating all 12 hot dogs. Right.
Get it for the group.
Right, the group. You have family and friends with you and everything. Come on.
Speaking of triple bypass, is anybody looking for a show to watch? Jazz, seems to me weeks ago you were, and maybe you found one.
You got something?
Yes. It was on last night. We'll probably watch it tonight on Max. It's called The Pit. It's a great show, but I don't know that I can recommend it to everyone because it's about an emergency room. And I mean, it's about really what goes on in an emergency room. I mean,
and they show you everything? They
showed a baby being born last yeah. And it's not a documentary. It's fictional, but I mean,
it's fictional.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a drama.
Okay. It's a drama. Okay.
My wife works at a hospital, and I'll be watching, the doctors go through the stuff. They bring in a patient who broke their leg or something, and my wife will say, well, they didn't check the O2 stats or something. And pretty soon they go, hey, you didn't check the O2 stats. So doctors say it's very accurate. The reviews are great.
The Pit.
It's just really intense, and it's frantic, but it's a great
All right, I
show.
got to check that out. Okay.
Yeah.
Add it to the list. Now, let me ask you this, though.
Okay.
I'm like about 10 years behind on shows, so I won't get to The Pit for another 5, 6, 7 years or so.
2030.
You know what I mean? Because everybody got shows. Like,
yeah.
How do you choose, all right, this is the show I'm going to watch now? Because I'm sure, like, for instance, I think new season of Ted Lasso's set to come up. Check that out.
I've never seen one.
Yeah,
I've never seen one episode.
How do you... I'm overwhelmed by shows. I feel like there's too many shows I'm supposed to watch and see. Like, how do you get to them all?
I don't. I watch with Sheena, so it's like I got to find a show that we would both want to watch, which is good. So it's like we're not watching a lot of like Daredevil and stuff, which I would watch.
You would watch,
but it's like okay, get recommendations from other family members, and then I've just been fortunate. I know the types of shows we look for, quality dramas. Like there's a show on now. I know JR who just called us, talked about this on the morning show. And it's Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Oh, I heard good things about that.
Okay,
show.
have you? Because she's
what's the name?
Running Point.
Yeah, Running somebody.
It's like Jeannie Buss. It's a comedy. She runs a basketball team. And I'd read a review that was like, oh, that doesn't sound good at all. So I haven't watched, but I'm hearing good things. So I may have to revisit that.
So I'm watching Yellowstone now.
Oh,
did you watch that?
Kevin Costner?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like, but that's what I'm saying. I'm 10 years late.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? I'm like 10 years late on everything. I didn't even finish the starting five. Like,
I never got into that at all. But I did start Court of Gold, so thank you.
There Court of Gold was great. Yeah, that was great. You didn't watch starting five?
I did.
You're in it, big fella. What are you doing, man? You're in it, man.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, all right. I'm only up to episode 6 or something, but it's just too many shows. That's what I'm saying.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I know.
It's one of those things. I'm with you, Drapes. I'm more like I'm 10, 15 years behind still on certain things, but I'm also like you, Whitey, in the form of more times than not, I don't really watch sitcoms or dramas or series or anything. My wife kind of starts it. And then she's like, hey, won't you watch this with me? And I might give it an episode or two, and then I'm out. Like, I'm cool. I think Paradise is
that's the new hot one, right?
Like people,
I haven't heard that.
it's like sci-fi-ish kind of to me. I was just like, I'm out. I watched about 3 episodes. No, I'm out. So
yeah, very discerning.
Yes.
So, I'll start something, and if it doesn't grab me,
I'm gone.
Early on, it's like I don't have time for
right.
it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, then it's something, and that's the thing, Drapes. I think like Quarter Gold. I started. I was like, oh, okay, boom. I watched all 5 of them. Literally within the 24 hours, 48 hours.
Good.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Javier's been hanging on. Javi, what's up? Thanks for hanging.
How you doing, Mr. Gleason? Good to hear that you're, feeling better and back.
Thank you.
Mr. Draper, how are you?
Good. What's up, man? What's going on?
I'm at that precipice where, we're 70 games through, we're game over, 500, and, we're just call spade a spade, man. Let's put the rat on the table. Shout out to my guys over there, Daryl the Glue Johnson. 95-7 the game. The Kings are an average team. And this has all to do with nothing but roster construction. I mean, I love that we're talking about the Rosen breaking these records and that. And this, it's just, again, I talked to you about a week and a half ago. It's how does it get to this point? Like, what we need to be infuriated that we were as the NBA's darlings not even 24 months ago. And now we're out here saltivating a player getting 25,000 points that has not benefited us at all in regards to taking the next step. Yeah, he's a great scorer. He's done multiple things for us offensively. We're an average 9 seed team. We're in what we call, we're not good enough to compete for the playoffs or dare to say the word championship. We're not bad enough to get in the top 12. We're in the mid-range of the league, which we call the NBA's purgatory. And we're just, hey, we're going to go play 2 days from now against the Bucks or tomorrow against the Milwaukee Bucks. And hey, maybe we can get a win. Like, maybe we can get a win.
How do you get off that hamster wheel, Javi? What's your solution? How do you get off that wheel?
How do you get off that wheel is you don't stay complacent. The moves that they made in December and January, Mr. Gleason, were the moves they should have made in June and July. If they would have had Jake LaRavia and Jonas Valanciunas and a Markelle Fultz in June and July, I don't believe that Mr. Fox is requesting a trade out of here. I don't think De'Aaron Fox is telling everybody after they're going 11-1 with Doug Christie that I don't want to be part of this organization no more. But now we're just a little too late because how come the moves were made after he's gone? We're a 35-win team, 70 games through, and we're worried about DeMar DeRozan breaking a scoring record. I could care one bit about that. I'm worried about us beating the Mavericks in the playing game, and then we're going to worry about trying to get a game over Oklahoma City in a 7-game series. When 2 years ago we took the chance to 7 games. Where's the road to making this something in the next coming season? We're not going to have our pick, we're going to be way over the salary cap. But we're worried about DeMar DeRozan breaking a record against a 29-win basketball team yesterday.
All right, Javi.
Ridiculous.
Thank you for the call. We're not worried about DeMar DeRozan. It was NBA history. Drapes had the call. I thought it was worth a mention. So that's as far as that goes. The rest of it, I get it. I don't know what anyone is supposed to do about it this year. To me, it's crystal clear. A number of the things you said may be 100% accurate. But at this point, you're into the rest of this year to see where this goes. And I'm just saying, oh, watch, it'll be fine. I don't know. I don't know how it's going. But the dire cast for this season, and you're trying to get as many wins as you can, get into the plan, get out of the plan, get into the playoffs. That's what the rest of this year is about. Now, if things don't go well anywhere along the lines between where they are right now and the playoffs, then they got some tough questions to answer. No question about that. Right now, that's what they are. That's who they are. You can't go add other players right now. You can't trade anybody. As far as going back and, if they'd done this, they would have kept De'Aaron Fox. I don't think we need to relitigate that. Drapes, but basically when they decided they were moving on from Mike Brown, De'Aaron Fox was gone.
Right.
Period.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And, I appreciate Javier calling.
Yeah.
Calling with all the passion, coming with the hot
Yes.
fire. I get that. But what Javier fails to understand is that the NBA, success to an NBA championship is not linear. Just because you win 48 games one year doesn't mean you're going to win 50 the next year, then 52 the year after that. There's going to be some bumps and bruises. There's going to be some fallback. I look, case in point, we talked about Michael Malone, in Denver, and I'm looking at what Denver has accomplished, winning the championship. Well, you know what happened to Denver the year before they won the championship? They lost in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But by Javi's logic, all right, they're in the semifinals. They're in the conference finals. They're in the semifinals. But then they took a step back and they lost in the first round, but then they broke through. And so I look at, what the Kings have. It's a series, first of all, of unfortunate incidents, because when you look back at that 48 win year, everybody had career numbers in terms of efficiency. Keegan Murray, Kevin Huerter, De'Aaron Fox, even, those guys took a step back in terms of their shooting percentages. And then the honeymoon phase sort of wore off with Mike Brown. You got to factor that in. And so these moves that he's talking about, whether it's the Laravias and everything like that, it's a process, Javier. It's not linear. And so who's to say, because we don't know, this offseason, under Doug or whoever the coach may be, they get together, they add a point guard by way of a trade, they make a couple of moves. You look at the Celtics. How many years did it take them? You know what happened to the Boston? Let me run down the Boston Celtics for you here over the last 10 years. First round, conference finals, semis, conference finals, first round, NBA finals, conference finals. What I'm saying is they even lost in the first round. They took a step back for a season. Then they added Porzingis and Drew Holiday. You also got to get lucky too, Javier. We got to hoodwink somebody. We got to get a distressed asset, a la a Porzingis, a distressed asset, a la a Drew Holiday. And it's not linear, though. It's not step by step by step. Sometimes to go forward, you take a step back, but you keep trying. You know what I mean? And so I hear the passion. I understand, oh, man, 48 wins, we were third. But look at every other team, too. Ant Edwards got better. He took off. Şengün got better. Look, come on. I think we're being fooled by the 48-win season. We're holding the organization and the franchise and the players to that standard. When if you look at it now, 48 wins, what's that last year? 8 seed, 7 seed? And so it's just a different ball game. I go back to when we had our boy Jason Jones on. And he opened my eyes. He said every season is its own individual season. There's no carryover or anything. Ask Minnesota if there's carryover. What happened to them? They're struggling. And so you just got to take every season, to your point, Whitey, what it is. Right now, this is what we got to deal with right now.
Yeah. Javier, I think if things continue to go the way they've been going, I mean, I know they'd won before last night. I think there is going to be a reckoning this offseason because I don't think fans are, to your point, going to sit there if this offseason is more of, where are they going? I guess it's okay, but we're not there yet. Right. That's the way I look at it. Is like, we don't know what it's going to be like at that point. I do think if things don't come together, there's going to have to be some sort of reckoning on the basketball ops front. But we will see. And we will see what Jerry Reynolds has to say about last night, the Kings going forward, and Kevin Huerter's big night. We haven't talked enough about that yet, have we? We will when we get back to Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento
Free
weather is
wellness,
brought
red
to you
light
by
therapy,
Kelly.
infrared trim pod, cold plunge, halotherapy, massage, cryotherapy, sunbeds, and more. All free during Wellness Weekend at California Sun Wellness Spas. No sign-up required. Experience wellness like never before at all California Sun Wellness Spa locations today through Sunday. CaliforniaSun.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow. Maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. All right, I know what you're thinking. Here we go again, another Drapes commercial for his guys and girls down there at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. But trust me, listen to this. Whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, they'll take care of you. Trust me, they got certified pre-owned vehicles starting at 3.49 APR on select 2021, 22, and 23 models. And take it from me, when you go to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you leave out feeling like you're valued, like they trust you, like they care for you. Matter of fact, it's like they're your family. That's right. So for over 30 years, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has been there for the entire community. And get this, it's not that far away, guys. Just a short drive down I-5, or of course, online anytime at mbfstockton.com. So head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and tell them Drape sent you.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
I feel so alone.
I'm embarrassed to talk about it.
How can I help my kid if I can't help myself?
I can't remember when I wasn't stressed.
I don't want to just go inside.
When you feel overwhelmed by your thoughts and emotions, it's okay to get help. You are not alone. CalHope is here for you with free, safe, and confidential mental health resources for youth, young adults, families, and you. Find support now at calhope.org.
If you've been looking for an SUV that combines luxury, comfort, and off-road capability, look no further than the most awarded SUV ever, the Jeep Grand Cherokee at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. With 470 foot-pounds of torque, a 6,000-pound towing capacity, great gas mileage, the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the perfect SUV for all your needs. See for yourself why people are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Centrally located across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course, it's the place where a handshake still means something.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by California Sun.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Limited sunshine on Saturday. Temperatures will start in the upper 40s, but get held back in the mid 60s. It'll be much warmer and sunnier Sunday. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Tom's Watch Bar has the best happy hour in Sacramento, starting with $5 specials all day, every day. Plus select $7 appetizers and $12 entrees with 360-degree viewing and game day vibes that match being at the game. Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for sports fans.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Week like this, Kings fans once again left with a lot of questions. How do you look so good against the Cavs and then stumble against a team like the Bulls? Fortunately, our next guest, he joins us once a week. He has all the answers, as you know, Drapes. All-time
yes.
Kings icon, one and only Jerry Reynolds. How are you today, JR?
Doing good. Yeah, by the way, I listened to you guys in your hot dog battle. I would say, Kyle, you don't need to eat 2 hot dogs just because you can.
No, I'm a big guy though, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're going to get bigger.
2 hot dogs. Come on, man. All right, I guess, and I will say this though, because when Whitey goes, and Jerry, you know how it is.
Yeah.
He does partake in the pregame media meal too.
Right.
So the hot dog is really just like a snack later in the night.
It depends. If the main course is something that I'm gonna not enjoy that particular night, then the hot dog actually becomes
dinner,
entree.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's better. I'll give you a little pass then, Kyle.
Thank you.
Because I want you happy. You're best when you're happy.
You don't want me hangry, that's for sure. You
No, don't want you. No, don't want to see that side of you.
Coach, a lot of Kings fans aren't exactly happy with last night's result. I thought, in my humble opinion, more than anything, the Kings lost the game at the defensive end. They couldn't get stops, and all of a sudden they were in the half court. They're not great there. Was I right, or was that just the cold medicine talking?
No, you're 100% right, at least as far as I'm concerned. I mean, when you give up 73 and a half, you can't really feel like you're in a great position to win. You know, that means you got to score more than that, generally speaking. That's pretty hard to do. They were scoring every trip, and transition defense was really about as bad as I've seen all year, I thought. And Kobe White, you turned into Kobe Bryant almost.
Hey, Jerry, Zach LaVine, we know he's a tremendous scorer, but last night going against his former team, just 2 of 9, 8 points. What are you seeing with Zach as we try to figure out what's going on with him?
I just don't – I get the impression he's just not sure where his shots are supposed to come from, and honestly, I'm not sure where they are either. I think that's one thing as time goes, and this is really tough for the Coach Christie and his staff, because this is almost a whole new team here. Really a different getting Zach LaRavia and Markelle Fultz, and then of course playing Devin Carter. It's a new bunch as Valanciunas, and then with the injuries, and it just seems like he's a little bit of a fish out of water. And I think that's something that they've got to find a way to make sure that he's getting his, that he is involved. And he's he's really good, moving without the ball to run him off screens, running high to low, things like that, and just catch him. If he can just catch with a live dribble, he's pretty good that way. But if he's kind of has to catch and then dribble, then he gets a little more vulnerable.
Yeah, well, Jerry, as you say, he looks like he feels like a fish out of water. Of all my fish, he's the one I got to make sure is in the water, right? I mean, he's really a big fish for me.
He's a big giant fish. Yeah. You got, yeah, exactly. That's what you got him for, is he's a proven big time productive scorer, and he hasn't been as much as we've seen glimpses, but he's too good to be 8-9 shots type stuff. That goes to his teammates as well. Now, I do think when Sabonis comes back, and I don't know how they'll play, but they need to play through Domas a lot more, and I think he'll get, if it's kind of emphasized, we got to get Zach LaVine going. I think that's a good way to do it.
Hey, Jerry, it's been emotional 24, 48 hours for the Kings and their fans, obviously. As a former coach, front office guy that's been around the league, how do you explain having the game of the season against Cleveland and then losing that one last night? Is it just the NBA? Is it a sign of a bigger issue with this Kings team? Because after that Cleveland win, I'm like, we can beat anybody. And then we lose to Chicago, and I'm trying to figure out who we are right now.
Well, it to some degree it is the NBA. Every team has talent, and it's a make shot league. And we saw, like in the first quarter, you make 11 out of 17 threes, you think you're the world's best, and you look like it. And then you make 4 out of your next 22. Then that's the way, if you're not making shots, the other team is getting rebounds and getting in transition, and that's what happens. And that's kind of what went well against the Cavs. The Cavs are a better team than the Kings, but they weren't that particular night. Kings are better than the Bulls, but they weren't that particular night. Now, I'm not trying to give them a cop-out here, but the fact that they beat the Celtics on the road and they beat the Cavs, well, every team, can say that just about, that they've beaten some of the best. And they can also say, the best teams can also say they've lost to some of the worst teams, which they have over an 82-game schedule. I think, my feeling is if there's a one thing that concerns me, it's just the fact that if there's a consistency with this team, it's consistency of not very good defense.
Yeah. I got a theory on that, Jer, and I agree with you completely, because as fans, we look at it and like, how can they look like they figured it out, then the next night they play so poorly. But when you have a team that is inconsistent shooting the ball, and they have been now for almost 2 full years, so we talk about small sample size, this is a big sample size. And then, as you said, you're inconsistent defensively, and then you have all the new players that are getting acclimated. The surprise would be if you were not inconsistent. So, I think the mistake we make as fans is looking at it and going, I don't know what's wrong with them. They should have figured it out. And it's not figuring it out or playing hard. It's when you can't defend consistently well and you can't shoot well, you're really prone to these, like, every game's like a box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get.
No, and you've got, like say, you've got so many new players. It's tough enough for Coach Christie as an interim coach. You got that problem.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now you got another team.
Yeah.
A very different team in addition to the one that you took over. And so, you make progress with the one team that you had first. Now you got another one. Now, talent-wise, I think this roster is more talented than the one that started this season, but it's just not fitting very well at times. And I think that's, I think that a lot of those problems could be solved if, you had more time together, but that's not possible. And, they're trying to work it out on the fly. I'm just, I guess I'm a little bit concerned. I'm just not sure how well this starting five with DeMar and Zach and Malik works, since they're basically, more scores than that's what they're great at. Malik's certainly doing a marvelous job trying to change his game to fit the team, but still, I think it's one of those things that probably with the talent on hand, if you had a couple weeks of camp to make some changes, maybe can convert the starting lineup a little bit, change it, and get your rotations down pat, I think this team would could be in a much better position than they currently are.
Jerry Reynolds joining the Drive Guys. Jerry, how would you assess just the position that Doug has been put in? And, I said it before, I think earlier this week. To me, it's hard to fully judge him on wins and losses, considering everything that's happened, losing assistants, that's not his staff. How do you accurately judge Doug as a potential head coach?
Well, one thing I'd say is I don't know that there's a coach in the league that could coach this team under the exact same circumstances and done one bit better. Now, I'm not saying there probably somebody could have won a game or two more, but there's some elite coaches that would have maybe done worse too. I think he's done a terrific job. I really do. And I think he'll get better. He's like I always just remember talking to Coach Carell about Doug and some of our walks and stuff. And of course, I'd known Doug, but he always said he thought that of all the players on that those Kings team, he said, Doug's the one guy that actually seems to want to listen and learn and understand. Said the rest of them, most of the other guys that seemed to think they had all the answers. Sometimes they didn't know the questions.
Wasn't Coachy, bless his heart, wasn't he the guy that I think you told me he was just so focused on basketball, like he'd never get his oil changed in his car and stuff like that?
Yeah, he'd rent a car or lease a car and then drive it till it wouldn't go. Truly the absent-minded genius professor kind of guy. That was Coachy. I was going to say, I think I learned as much the little things in basketball from him more than anybody else. You know, I mean, he saw all the little stuff that make a difference. I mean, it's really remarkable. And like I say, I think that Coach Christie's got a lot of that. You know, I know just from getting to know him even better during the broadcast kind of days. You know, I've always said there were three people many times that during my 30 plus years with the franchise that I just knew would be, in my mind, good coaches. That was Jim Les and Doug Christie and Carol Lawson.
3 for 3.
Yeah. Right.
And
How about that?
I mean, that's not to say others weren't or couldn't be, but those were the three I knew would be.
And I was like almost on that list, right, Jer? I was close, but
well, you were fifth. Yeah. You were right behind LaSalle Thompson.
Okay.
And
all right, I'll take it. Yeah.
You were right behind the tank.
Jerry, real quick, you know, everybody looks at, you know, where this team is today. I also look at it today versus the future of Sacramento Kings basketball, the moves that, you know, might be made this offseason, whether it's free agency or trades or anything like that. Can you just speak to, you know, this belief that you need to bottom out in order to build a championship contender? Do you think this roster, this team can tinker, add some, subtract some, add a little salt and pepper here and build something, or is it a teardown job at this point?
Well, no, I think you've got enough assets that if you could make, you know, a really good trade, I think what you need to do, either using the first round pick you have and an asset, a player, to get that one player that would be a starting caliber player that really is a player of need, which I think a long, lengthy athletic player that could play some fourth, you know, kind of a, you know, two or three couple of positions. But I think if you could get that guy, you know, like a Naz Reid or somebody like that from Minnesota, not just throwing out a name, this team could jump 5-6 games, 7 games, 8 games. So it's a fine line, you know, but I always remember, you know, like people forget that the Kings back when they were building, you know, went from 44 to 55 by, you know, adding Doug Christie and making a move. I think they had, well, that was the next year they went to 55, and then to get Christie, which really made the team go, besides just the improvement from within, they won 44 to get to 55, and then the next year another additional move to make the roster fit. And that's kind of the problem they've got. It just doesn't quite fit. And, you know, I was critical at the time of the trade. I said, I just thought, you know, if you can't get exactly what you want for Fox, don't trade him. You know, he's under contract for another year and a half, or was, and certainly not that Levine's not a terrific talent, but my point is that it's a, you know, you're trying to get your roster construction right, and that's as important as the overall talent. You know, it's kind of like what Oklahoma City's done. You know, they, you know, certainly traded to get Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, which was a terrific move. Of course, there again, Paul George, you know, made another team better by leaving. But then again, you know, they're picking up guys like Hartenstein and Caruso to kind of, you know, to make it work. Now, I don't know if they'll win a championship, but they certainly got a chance to. But it's a work in progress, and I think, you know, and that's what this team is now. I don't, no question, the pressure is on them to do something, because if they think they can start next year with the exact same roster, I don't think it's going to work well enough. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'd love to be wrong. You know, I'd love to be wrong. Just say, oh, Coach Christie, you take this exact same roster, and we'd like to see 50 wins out of it. Well, I don't think that's probably going to happen, but I do think there's enough assets to make a move, a trade that really does kind of bring it together a little better.
Jerry, I wanted to ask you about, you know, DeMar DeRozan last night, 25,000 points, going back to that draft, 2009. Did you see him as a potential anything near what he's become? And of course, that was Griffin, Hasheem to beat, Harden third, Tyreek goes to the Kings, Rubio fifth, Johnny Flynn sixth, good move, Minnesota, Steph seventh, Jordan Hill eighth, DeMar DeRozan ninth. And then there were some other good players taken after that, of course. Did you have any idea he was going to be anywhere near this good when he came out of UCLA?
No,
USC,
I thought he was drafted about right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought most of those guys, I didn't think Johnny Flynn, but or Hasheem to beat. So, that was two I'm pretty confident weren't going to do it. But the other placement you could argue about. But I think you thought, well, this guy is going to find a way to be a starter and a long-time player in the league. But I wouldn't have predicted that he would have been even an all-star at that time, So that's a credit to him, though. And that's always the key, as we've talked about, is that the key is whoever you draft, they get better.
Mm-hmm.
They work to get better. And, Tyreek Evans should have been a many-time all-star.
Yeah.
But he didn't for work to get better like he should have. And of course, he had some other issues, bigger issues, as opposed to, Steph Curry's become an all-time great. And, as most of us know, the first couple of years, they weren't even sure he's going to be able to hold his body together. But it did, and he worked hard, and he's smart. So greatness is that's another issue. And I think with DeRozan, he certainly achieved scoring greatness. There's no doubt. He's a bucket getter.
Jerry Reynolds joined us. Jerry, we had Stacey King on our show yesterday, a great player out of Oklahoma, obviously won 3 championships with the Chicago Bulls. And he told us a story. He told me a story when I saw him at the game about his workout. He came in for a visit with Sacramento, wanted to actually play here. Ultimately, we wound up selecting Purvis Ellison. Do you remember, when Stacey came in? And tell me about that draft process when, you had Danny Ferry out there, Sean Elliott out there. Can you take me back then?
Here's the thing. We didn't, I know Bill Russell was the general manager then. We didn't bring Purvis or Sean Elliott or any of those guys in even. Did bring Stacey King in, and I don't think, as I recall, I'm not sure he worked out. He just visited.
Mm-hmm.
But Bill, I know, had made his mind up because he had told me, that he wanted Purvis, and but he didn't want anybody to know it. Which I thought strange. I said, we got the first pick. They can't.
Right. Ain't nothing they can do about it, right?
Everybody what we're going to do. They can't do anything about it. but anyway, and so anyway, that was kind of the backstory on that. And Purvis, of course, didn't work out.
Yeah.
I mean, he really was talented.
20-10 with Washington, right?
Yeah, he could have been a heck of a player. I'm telling you, Purvis, bless his heart, one of the more likable guys. But the biggest problem he had, he didn't really like playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of an issue, Kyle, in case you
you need to, right? Sort of like I don't like working with Whitey in radio, but
there you go.
Right?
Yeah, we spotted the problem.
Right.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate it. By the way, if the Kings end up facing Phoenix in the 9-10 play-in, wouldn't that be a little scary in a one-game scenario against Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen. I want them to play Dallas.
Okay.
Yes, we need to. I think we do. I mean, who knows? But I mean, I think if they play Dallas, they'll get to advance. And then it's one game.
Yeah.
And this team we know is capable because we've seen them do it. So I'm not going to say, oh boy, I think they can get Oklahoma City. They might beat Oklahoma City one game, but in a 7-game series, that's the thing about the NBA. 7-game series means the best team's going to win, barring injuries or something really strange.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying we need to bank on injuries if it comes to that?
We need injuries, yeah.
Ouch.
We need minor injuries to
right.
2/3 of the players in the top 8.
There you go.
So that's all.
Yeah, that's all. That seems
Okay.
reasonable. We appreciate it as always. Thanks.
Well,
You're the
guys,
best.
I enjoyed it. And, hey, something good will happen. Next game up. That's
Yep,
all
there
you
you
can
go.
say. Next game up. Come on, Bucks. Bring your A game, and we'll bring ours. We'll see what happens.
Well, have a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
All right,
See you
Jerry.
guys.
All right, take care.
Hey, man.
Jerry Reynolds, very forthright. Jerry Reynolds today.
Oh, he's keeping it real. He's keeping it honest, and that's what we want from him. Some great stories. I didn't tell the full story of Stacey King. He was saying he came in, talked to the Kings. Jerry Reynolds was there. Bill Russell was there, and he looked over, and Bill Russell was asleep. It was asleep. He said, I don't think I want to come to Sacramento. But like Jerry just said, they already had their mind. Like, it was going to be Purvis anyway.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They didn't want to let anybody know.
They want to let anybody know. A little smoke screen being thrown out there.
Oh, those were the days. We were so excited. The Kings got the number 1 pick. Oh, boy. You got to convert wherever you're picking. Like I said, just look at that 2009 draft. I mean, Drew Holiday went in that draft. Where did he go?
Yeah.
Oh, the great Drew Holiday is a phenomenal player, right? He was 17.
Right. And that's the thing, Whitey. And, we talked yesterday about me and Jay. One exercise I want to do as we, inch closer towards the end of the season is how many best players were picked number 1, top 5, lottery. Like you think about Jokic, 2nd round pick. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he wasn't a number 1 overall pick. There are a number of Steph Curry, a number of players who are leading their teams that aren't a number 1 overall pick. So the tanking argument, it doesn't hold water as far as I'm concerned.
You know what I think is unfair is when a team passes on one of those guys. And I'm not talking about the Kings here. It applies to a lot of teams. I'm not trying to make excuses for the Kings, but we always say, oh, so how stupid they didn't draft Steph Curry. But like Jerry said, no one had any idea DeMar DeRozan was going to be what he became.
Right.
He made that happen, and that's hard to predict.
Right. That's the intangibles, the stuff, the drive. Kobe Bryant. I mean, a lot of people thought he was going to be great, but nobody thought top 5 player, top 8 player, 10 player of all time because he had that inner drive. That stuff you can't measure out there.
Yeah. The Warriors, give them credit. They drafted, it's not the current regime, but they drafted Steph Curry. But when they made the trade for Bogut, they gave the Bucks the choice. You can have Monte Ellis or you can have Steph. It's up to you.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm going down the list too of teams and the number 1 overall pick. Orlando, their best player is the number 1 overall pick. Paolo Banchero, and I'm on the Eastern Conference right now. Now I'm going to go to the West. Wembanyama, yes. LeBron, yes. Outside of that, Whitey, Ant Edwards, so that's 4. Outside of that, you got 26 other teams whose best player was not a number 1 overall pick. In the case of Jokic, a 2nd round pick. And so we always said it here. Wherever you're picking, just get the damn pick right. Just hit on the pick and you'll be fine.
Yeah, you look at, and I know they're kind of past their primes, but they're still productive. The Clippers, you got Harden, who was drafted 3rd, and then Kawhi was, 15th?
Yeah,
or something?
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You just got to draft well wherever you're drafting. We'll come back and look at, big night for Kevin Huerter next, Sacktown Sports.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help.
A little help over here? Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance. What? Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers. Seriously? Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Did you know colon cancer can be detected early or prevented through regular screening?
I have detected Around Earth is the greatest lie ever.
Okay, Roger. My uncle just passed away and I inherited his cockatoo, Roger. He was a member of the Flat Earth Society, so Roger picked up on some of his rhetoric. Anyway, screening, such as a colonoscopy.
Screen these! Screen these!
Roger that, Roger. Moving on. Colonoscopies can detect early-stage colon or rectal cancer or even polyps, which are abnormal growths that can turn into cancer over time.
I'm a flat earth walker.
Come on, Roger. What did I do to my uncle to deserve you? You don't get to choose what you inherit, just like colon cancer. Unlike Roger here, I believe in science. And science says that if colon cancer runs in your family, you're more likely to develop it yourself. Talk to your doctor about when you should start screening. Find out more at coloncancercoalition.org. A message from the Colon Cancer Coalition.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. Buy low, sell high is sometimes the old standard recommendation for investing in stock-based investments. Many investors have followed that rule, buying dips in the stock market valuations when they occur. As the stock market has pulled back recently, equity owners and 401k accounts have sold stock-based investments at 4 times the average level. Equity outflows have been over $4 trillion in the past 2 weeks alone. U.S. households had reached record levels of equity investment exposure. Nearly half of their investments reflect stock market ownership. Partially due to the uncertainty and the effect of recent and future tariffs, the Federal Reserve left rates unchanged for the 3rd consecutive meeting. Even though rates have not moved to the Federal Reserve level, we could see reductions in borrowing costs in the coming months. We're already seeing lower mortgage, credit card, and auto loan rates, which could help ease the burden felt by many Americans as they continue to work through the increased cost of goods and services. These drops may not be enough to boost the housing markets, so rate reductions could still be a key to this industry. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment to watch videos and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth, member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interest first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Hey Mom, hey Dad. Spring break is just around the corner. Take advantage of the extra time with your kids and schedule a fun and convenient dental appointment at Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics. It's our mission to deliver more fun and less fear. Our dental rock stars strive to give nothing but the best experience to both parents and kids. We have several convenient appointments available this week, even on Saturdays. With locations throughout the Sacramento area, we have a practice near you. To book online, go to kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, where you can schedule an appointment today.
It's Power Torque Tools DIY Days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lifetime guaranteed Power Torque professional hand tools only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep, $149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. What? They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, because this deal's for a limited time. $149.
For tax prep that's $149 or less, hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper. You know I'm a big guy, right, everybody? So sometimes, even my SUV or sedan, I want a little more space. Maybe I want to take the fellas to the football game or to the basketball game. Maybe I want to go golfing. Well, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has the perfect solution. They have a Vans Fleet Center, and they understand your business needs. They understand your personal needs as well. They have a great inventory and a huge selection, and plus, they have the perfect van to power your fleet, including the new fully electric e-Sprinter alongside those reliable diesel options. So if you're looking for a new van just for personal reasons or even for your business fleet, head on over to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And get this, you can take advantage of their exclusive limited time 0% APR financing offer for up to 60 months on select models. So head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online at mbfstockton.com and tell them Drape sent you.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Appreciate your listening. And, Drape said some earlier when he was talking about Trey Lyles and how well he's playing. Grace was saying during Drape's takes, I think you said something like, "Oh, Trey, I know you listen." And sometimes we're not joking when we say things like that.
Oh, yeah. Right now, I assume they listening. I assume everybody's listening.
Every so often things get filtered back to us one way or the other, and it's like, oh, yeah. So these people that we're talking about, I'm not saying they're P1s or anything, but they listen. We appreciate that. So,
hey, man, that's the best place to get Sacramento Kings talk right here.
Yeah.
Unbiased, unfiltered, unvarnished, not hot takes. That's why people come to us.
Jerry Reynolds was a little unvarnished today.
Yeah, he was. He is on one a little bit today, but he's respected. It's Jerry Reynolds.
Yeah,
man. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
He's bringing the truth, and I think a lot of that comes from a place of frustration because he really, really loves the team.
Yes. I mean, the dude been here since day one. He bleeds purple, Kings purple, and he wants what's best for the team. Mm-hmm. So, you want to know what I'm doing right now on my computer? Any guesses?
Tickets. You're buying something.
$100 if you get it right. So we got Emran coming up at 5:00.
So you're scouting out his website.
I'm on his website right now.
All right. $100.
Looking to see. No, you didn't guess it at the first try. The First try, you said I'm looking for tickets.
Well, you said
After
you said $100. After you said $100, I got it.
I'll take it out of my endorsement fee or something like that. But yeah, I'm on Emmer's site here trying to see what I can get for half price. No, I'm just, I'm a card fan. You guys are broadcasting live tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe tomorrow we're at the Wyndham, and he'll be out there all day. I'll be out there doing the show with him.
Okay.
True Sports Card Show. So come on by.
Yeah, I'm going to bring Nick. We're going to come
Mention
on
my
by.
name, and I'll see what I can do.
Right, you want to hook me up? Half off admission? Okay, all right. Need a promo code out there or something like that.
Yeah. Last time I went out there, they had a show, I don't know, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and it was like $1. And I was like,
really?
They don't have $1. And then was
they
like,
get in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then was like, all right, fine, go ahead.
How many tables going to be out there? Any idea? Like,
I don't know. The last one, like I said, I don't know if it's the same setup, but they had a lot of tables.
Trifecta Sports Collectibles, Sacramento Sports Card and Collectibles Show at the Wyndham, Sacramento.
Yeah.
Admission $1.
There you go.
Under 12 free.
I got to give them an extra $1 tomorrow because I owe them from the last.
Dude, they said 120 vendor tables.
There's a ton of people.
Damn.
It's a good show.
Okay, I'll be out there tomorrow.
Yeah. And then seriously, Emmerich has there's multiple rooms, and in one room, it's like the whole corner.
Oh,
like
really?
2 walls. It's like
he got a big setup out there.
True Sports Guy. Yes.
I'm coming out there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Discount.
Yeah.
It's like going to the flea market, the swap meet.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
I wonder if Emmerich buddy will be out there, Kevin Huerter.
Kevin Huerter? Probably not. Probably
what
not.
A night
Probably
for Kevin Huerter. You're in trouble, Drapes. I don't mean any disrespect. Perhaps it's disrespectful. But when you're the Kings and you're playing the Bulls and Kevin Huerter has a much bigger night than Zach LaVine, that's not good for you if you're the Kings.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you. And, Kevin Huerter, shout out to him, had a nice game, 25 points. But I couldn't help but think, damn, how come you couldn't do that with us when you were here?
Mm-hmm.
That's, and I'm sure Kings fans felt the same way. It's like, oh, now you want to hit some 3-pointers, and he got ample opportunity. Let's call it what it is, Whitey. I know he talked about opportunity and everything. He got ample opportunity to make amends, to start knocking down shots. He got ample opportunity for this reason, and we talked about it even before the season. Who would be the starting 2 guard? Mike Brown went right back to him even after he struggled last season.
Right.
So he said, you know what, Kevin, you're still our starter, and Kevin didn't take it and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Kevin, man. Come on now.
Did you remember when De'Aaron said, he said there were 3 people that wanted Mike gone? Anyway, moving on.
I'm not getting.
Moving right along.
I'm not getting into any names.
What do I know? But Kevin must have had. Did he have like a huge fourth quarter? And I think you touched
11 in the fourth.
Okay, because I watched the game. It's like, oh, he's doing okay. And then you look at the final box. It's like, oh my goodness,
25.
Yeah, and he filled the stat sheet with 7 assists and 5 rebounds and 4 steals. So he brought it late with a game on the line.
Yeah, and it's insult to injury, and he talked about it after the game about how it was a revenge game for him, and he's looking forward
which I
to
appreciate, right?
Yeah, he's being honest.
No, just another game.
Right, he, exactly. And I just thought, man, it's he may have won this battle, but eventually the Kings will win the war. Like, we're better off. I still would do the trade again. 10 times out of 10. It didn't work out with Kevin Huerter. We talked about it during the pregame or during the show yesterday, what kind of reception. Fans gave him a nice ovation out there, and well-deserved. But it was a marriage that had fizzled out. It was time, and it's best for both parties that they go their separate ways.
I'm going to say something that's probably wrong. I don't mean incorrect wrong, but it's probably morally
why are you saying that?
bankrupt. Okay. But it's how I felt, okay, watching. I was not crazy about how happy DeMar and Zach LaVine were to see their old coach last night. Like I say, of course they were. But I've come home from trips where my wife wasn't as happy to see me as Zach LaVine was to see Billy Donovan last night.
Are you talking before the game or
I'm
after
talking
the
before and after, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Like, you already said everything to him before the game. I get it. I'm just, and that's, we have no idea what goes into those relationships.
Right.
But as a
you
fan,
didn't like it.
When I saw that, the hairs on my neck started to rise up.
Yeah, I hear you. Dap it up after you beat them. You know what I mean? After you win, oh, what's up, coach? Especially because it's out in public. Do that behind the scenes.
There you go.
When he walks in, y'all walk,
you know,
something like that. Like before a tip, and it's like, I get it. It's okay. And it's not the difference between winning or losing. But in terms of the optics, if you will, it's not that good.
At first, I was like, oh, that's really not. Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. How about Billy Donovan? That was his first technical last night, too, of the season.
I know you thought that turned that game around.
I thought so. Now that I look back on it, it just seemed like, and obviously he ripped this team a new one at the half because they came out an entirely different team. But, one of those things that I forget who we had on that talked about it. But when you have sort of a revenge game, actually, I was listening to Antonio Daniels talk about this on Sirius XM NBA. As a teammate, you want that for your guy. So I felt like the Bulls wanted that for Kevin Huerter. I don't feel like Zach LaVine going against Chicago was that a big of a story. Like, it didn't have that feel. It was more about Kevin Huerter coming back here.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine going against his old team was kind of an afterthought. And I didn't get that feeling.
Yeah. Well, you used the word even Monday when we talked about it, or Tuesday, whatever day it was.
Whatever day you work this week.
Yeah. Not a lot. Not a lot. Revenge game.
Yeah.
And for Kevin Huerter, it's like, that team got rid of me.
Yeah.
For Zach LaVine and DeMar, it's like, that's not really what happened.
Right. It had run its course kind of thing. Yeah. And, you could tell, too. Like, and it would have been interesting to see if Mike Brown was still the coach. Would Kevin Huerter go over there and dap him up and love on him like our guys did Billy Donovan? But you could tell the breakup, the way circumstances ended, it was different in Chicago than here with Kevin Huerter and Sack.
More on that when we come back. Also, Malik touching on one of the Kings' issues that I don't think we talk about enough next on Sacktown Sports.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I think we got too stagnant. They got real aggressive, just driving the ball, getting downhill, forced us to put them on the foul line. They hit big shots. They kind of just took it to another gear that second half, and we kind of stayed in one gear instead of turning it back up offensively and defensively.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
DeMar DeRozan, not in the mood to celebrate 25,000 career points after that tough loss to his old team. By the way, Raider Ted here in the chateau says, I'm a Sooner fan. I'm still mad that the Sooners lost to Kansas in 88, but I will tell you, Stacey King would not have made the Kings good, unfortunately, but better than Purvis Ellison, LOL. And then Raider Ted says, Mookie Blaylock ended up being the best NBA player from that team. Mookie Blaylock, who, of course, was the original name of Pearl Jam. You knew that, right?
No, I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because
no,
they're
really?
big basketball guys. Pearl Jam, the original band name was Mookie Blaylock. Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah,
See?
Yeah.
Learn something new every day, man. There you go.
So that was a rough one. I think maybe, are we smart, Drapes, to just, after talking to Jerry and looking at this, are we just smart not to assume anything about the Kings on any given night? Like, lesser team, they should win, but we'll see. Bad team, they're playing a really good team. Oh, boy, that means trouble. Well, look what they did to the Cavs.
Yeah.
There's just, you take a team like Boston or OKC, you know pretty much what they're going to do. The odds are they're going to do this. Now, they may vary a little bit. With the Kings, what are they going to do on any given night? You've got a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
A lot of variance on to use the analytics term here, on what they're likely to do on any given night.
I feel like, and yes, the answer to your question is yes. I feel like we have to look at this King season sort of with a realistic lens, if you will. We can't look at it as, all right, they beat Cleveland, so tomorrow they did this.
Right.
This team and these players and this organization has a lot of scar tissue from this season. It's almost like you got a kid. Let's say you got a family member addicted to something, drugs, let's say, but they're coming off it. They're getting clean. They're going to have some good days. They're going to have some bad days. But this is a rehabilitation process under Doug Christie, what we have right now. The wins, they feel good. It's an emotional high. The losses, it hurts. I get that. But the goals are still remaining. The process is still the same. To get to a point where you can compete for a championship. Not going to happen this year, but that doesn't mean you still aren't moving in that direction. And so you got to take the wins and losses at what it is.
What do you think of this? I think one of the mistakes we make as fans, and again, I'm including myself, a team like the Kings have a big win the next night, last night. What happened? They had that game in hand, and we assume that they somehow weren't trying or gave up or, didn't want it enough. And it's just more complex than that. It's just they know how well they play. They know what they have to do. Sometimes the other team is bigger, faster, stronger than you.
Right.
When that is the case, which at least for part of the game last night was the case, it looks sometimes like you're not trying, but it's not what's going on.
Yeah, and I didn't watching that. I didn't think it was for lack of effort, and I said it last hour. Sometimes it's good enough to go to a certain level of physicality and effort, and you could beat teams. But what happens when the team goes even higher? They ratchet it up too. And I felt like emotionally, physically, we did not match their intensity. And Malik talked about it, letting go of the gas pedal, pulling your foot off the gas pedal. It's hard to do in the NBA back to back, especially after an emotional win. What if, let's say, it's like this, Whitey. You got a cell phone, right? Let me see. What's that? The Apple what?
Apple 2.
iPhone 2. iPhone 2 Pro. But it's like battery.
Don't do my dog like that, man.
No, it really is.
It's an
Fresh
iPhone
16 over
No,
there,
look at
man.
that thing, bro. No, trust me. He ain't got that. He got that. He got the one my daughter got, her first phone a couple years ago. But it's like your battery life and your cell phone.
Press the button and only call home.
Right. He got 3 numbers in there. That's about it.
Only because my flip phone's not working.
But it's like your cell phone battery, Whitey. You charge it up to 100% one day. It's good. But then you run it all the way down. The next day, the battery life only goes up to about 85, 90%. That's all you got left in the tank. That's how I felt like with our team. Even though they played hard, they couldn't get to the maximum charge, maximum level that they got the night before.
Sometimes teams don't tell you everything.
Ooh.
And obviously, and I'm not just talking about the Kings here, but teams now in pro sports, when they lose, it's we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Teams never want to admit they just beat us, right? You never want to admit that. You always want to talk about it in terms of what you can control. And for stretches of that game last night, like Kobe White, the Kings could not stop him.
Yes. And we gotta put some respect on Kobe White's name and number, because this dude is an NBA player who has had big games, who's victimized more than just us.
Can the Kings get him? Because he loves this building.
Right. He loves. Oh my! He always goes. And at halftime, I'm thinking, all right, Kobe White's in check. I know he scored 37 last time in this building. A 40-point game before that, but we had him in line in check. But he's a good player. Like, they actually have some good. Vucevic is a 2-time All-Star, Whitey.
Yeah.
And so if the Kings and Bulls played, let's say, 100 times, I'd probably say the Kings probably went 65 times, something like that. But on this night, with them having come off a loss and desperate as well to keep pace in the Eastern Conference, they took it higher than we did. And sometimes that happens.
Malik touched on one of the Kings' issues last night after the game that I don't think we talk about enough. It's one of these things, watching games, I'll find myself thinking of time to time. And Malik talked about it last night. What do you think of this?
Yeah, we finished quarters too bad, man. I feel like we'd be up 12, then we finish a quarter, we up 7. I think that happened probably each quarter. And it's hard to win when a team got 60 paint points. We couldn't stop them from driving, including myself. So we got to work on that.
Yeah, obviously the paint points were bad. He put himself in that, blamed himself. But they don't finish quarters well sometimes. Was it the end of the first half where they didn't get a shot off? I think DeMar had the ball and didn't get a shot away. And some of that, again, speaks to what Jerry was saying and what we all know, which is when you have a bunch of new players, it's hard to, have your T's crossed and your I's dotted. But that's where, around the margins where you can let advantages slip away.
Yeah.
And they've really struggled with that at times this year.
Well, he talked about it. You know what I mean? So let's say you're up 16. They go on a 7-8-0 run. Now they're going into the half or the quarter only down 8. They have the momentum.
Yeah, they're figure out what happened.
Right, what happened? And they're feeling good all of a sudden. And I want to go back to something, too, when we talk about the NBA and losing these games. Washington Wizards, not a good team, right?
Not a good team.
But for one game, the best team doesn't always win. When you look at some of the wins for the Washington Wizards, they got 2 wins over Denver. They've beaten Minnesota. They've beaten Detroit, which is a good team. The best team doesn't always win one game. And so I'm not going to jump off a cliff and be like, oh, woe is me after last night, because at least I saw the effort there. Now, if they laid down, rolled over, and played dead, we got a problem. But give Chicago some credit, too. They raised their level of play. With that being said, as the Kings, we have to figure out how to get our guys clicking all at the right time. One game is DeMar. One game is Zach. One game is Malik. We need to figure out how can we get these guys playing in unison and harmony before we get to that level we want to get to.
Banter the Young says if White played for the Kings, he'd never get another free throw again. Problem solved. I just read an article. I forget the name of the official. He, I think it was within the last couple of days, he did an interview where he talked about, and he officiated during the days of like Julius Erving. And he said it's one of his first games he's officiating, and he calls a travel on Julius Erving. And they go into the locker room, and Earl Strom, the veteran official, goes, how long you been in the league? This is my first year. How long have I been in the league? I don't know. 18 years. You don't call that on Julius Erving. That is his move.
Yeah.
The guy said he had to learn that. He had come from college where a travel's a travel. Yeah. And he also said some guys would complain, was Larry Spriggs used to complain on the Lakers, and so he would go to like Kareem and say, do you need Larry tonight?
Oh, really?
I'll throw him out. And then Kareem said, no, I got him.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. That's part of the NBA is you officiate players differently. That's part of the business of the NBA.
How about this stat, Whitey? Because we're talking about free throws. Do you know which team shoots, first of all, the fewest free throws?
I don't.
Chicago.
Okay.
But Kobe White last night, he was looking like Dwayne Wade against Dallas in the NBA in the playoffs back in the day. But you know who is second fewest in the league?
Who's that?
The Boston Celtics. You know who the fourth fewest is?
No.
Oklahoma City. That's shocking. Like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you would think lives at the line. He's a foul merchant. But they don't. They get to the
All
line
those teams
fourth
shoot
fewest.
a lot of threes, right?
Yeah.
A lot of threes.
Right. Exactly.
I know Chicago does, and I know Boston does.
Yeah, Boston definitely does. OKC gets them up. Sacramento, meanwhile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th fewest. So not awful, but not great, you know? And so it's interesting, some of the narratives that are out there, but the stats don't back it up necessarily.
When we come back, we'll look at a way for the Kings to keep Saudi Laravia. Sorry. Jake Lathrevia, my new one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Jake Lathrevia. There is a way for the Kings to keep him. We'll look at that next on Sacktown Sports.
Saturday night, Kings and Bucks. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
When it comes to great deals on tax prep, Jackson Hewitt isn't holding back, and neither is this commercial. Their offer is so big, it has to be said with Reverb, expert tax prep for $149 or less. It's a deal so spectacular, it needs a symphony, some explosions, and a clock ticking, because this offer, $149 or less. And soon, one expert tax prep for $149 or less. Try Jackson Hewitt today and save. Whew. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations open. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
You know what I love about spring? It's a season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store at Kohl's.com for details.
Catch all the action at Sky River Casino. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room. Plus, with 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations, and Sky River rewards that add up and up. There's something for everyone. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience new heights. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Get ready for an epic night out, Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th. That same night, comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Get ready to laugh your socks off. And for all you country fans, Lee Brice and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater June 21st. Then head to Santa Rosa for Country Summer with Sam Hunt, Kane Brown, and Dustin Lynch June 27th through the 29th. Then back to one of the most beautiful venues as Parker McCollum takes the stage August 16th at Ironstone Amphitheater in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at SactownSports.com. Again, get all the details on the hottest events happening in town and your chance to win tickets at SactownSports.com.
Want a peace of mind? I'm stressed out today.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Yeah, it's Friday, damn it, with the Drive guys. We'll get to Jake LaRavia. Excuse me. Jake LaRavia in just a moment. Pardon me. Saw something from your boy Hollinger on how the Kings might be able to keep him. Before we get to that, this has nothing to do with anything, but I was just wondering if you saw this. You know, we were talking earlier about money, and everybody wants to make money, and how greedy everybody is. Did you hear Matt Damon's story about Avatar? I just saw this on social media.
No, I did not. No, what's going on?
So, you know the Avatar. I don't know if you saw it or like it.
What, the movie? No, I've never seen it.
It's a huge phenomenon.
Okay.
And I think there was a sequel, and I think there's a ride at Universal Studios, Florida, somewhere, Orlando. Anyway,
oh, really? Okay.
Huge franchise. So James Cameron, the director of Avatar, you know, it's kind of like computer generated in a way. He went to Matt Damon and said, I want you to be in the movie. And he said, Matt Damon told the story. He said, the movie doesn't really need a star. I think it works anyway, but I'd like you to be in it. So what we'll do, if you'll be in Avatar, I'll give you 10% of Avatar.
Oh, that's smart.
And Matt Damon said, yeah, I'm doing another movie. I can't.
Oh, he turned it down. Oh, shoot.
He was doing the Bourne something, and he would have to do reshoots, and he thought, we always have to do a lot of reshoots or, you know, post-production for that, so I don't think I'll be able to. Matt Damon says, you're looking at the guy who probably gave up more money than just about anybody in Hollywood.
Did that
10%?
That would have been Matt. Did that happen? Oh, all right. I'm reading it because Charles Barkley just came out with a similar story from Michael Jordan. Yeah, I'm reading the story right now. He said basically Jordan gave him some advice. He says Barkley asked Jordan, you know, Jordan saw Barkley's contract, gave him some precious advice. He said, hey, man, why you need all that money? He says, I was looking at your contract. You're making about $3 million. Tell Nike you want $1 million and you want the rest in stock options.
Oh,
I said, I'll run it by my guys. He said, this dude is the greatest basketball player of all time. Let's do it. So think about that back in the day. Nike, a young startup company. Nah, you know, just give me a third of what you were going to give me, but give me the rest in stock options. Man. And Barkley did that.
Oh,
and so he got paid. Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's huge.
All right. Okay. Poor Matt Damon.
It was for the shoe, right? It was a $3 million for a shoe deal, and he wound up saying,
it was for the shoe deal.
Some of the money in the stock option.
In the stock option, yep. He said he probably made 10 times the amount of money, and he's still with Nike to this day. Barkley said so. But that doesn't always work, though, Whitey.
Does it?
No. I know a few people who invested in some things locally here, and it doesn't seem to be going so well.
Really?
Yeah. What? I'm not going to get into it, big fella. I'm not going to name names, but yeah.
It almost sounds like you're speaking from experience.
No, because I thought about it. I'm like, damn, count me up. But I didn't get in on it. Yeah.
Smart.
Yes.
Smart.
Yes.
Speaking of contracts, what are the Kings going to do about Jake LaRavia? This is from Hollinger today in The Athletic. Hollinger.
Stole it.
Me and Jay.
I'm waiting for it. Just, let's see if you say what you say,
Whitey, put it out there. Go ahead, Whitey. Go ahead, big fella.
You guys talked about, you had the idea before Hollinger, or you talked about the
Go
Hollinger
ahead, Whitey.
piece?
I'll let you
hear what you got to say, White.
Let you get it off first.
Okay.
Play along, big fella. Play
along.
along.
What he said was, Kings have a way to they're at a disadvantage. They have a way to get the advantage back. If
Go ahead, Whitey. I'm sorry, man. This is hilarious.
If LaRavia doesn't play too well, the Kings could give him a 2-year deal with a second-year player option that starts at that $5.16 million figure. He could then opt out of the second year in 2026 if he has a good year and would have full board rights with the Kings and be able to re-sign for any amount. Is that where you guys went down?
Pretty much
Yeah,
what
pretty
Kyle
much
Draper
said.
what I said yesterday, because we were spitballing about, Jake LaRavia, there's no way they're going to keep him. And I'm like, well, if you look at what the Warriors sort of similar what they did with Kevon Looney a few years, like when a team and a player, has an understanding in terms of the player wants to be here, the team wants him back, you give them that 1-year deal, in this case, 2 years with the player option, sort of like they did Kevon Looney.
Player option, player opts out.
Yeah, and then he opts out. Then you re-sign him to the more money
Which he
contract.
did, what, 3 for 15?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like
And then
that.
Looney
I see.
because Looney was at like 1.6 or something.
Yeah, it's a vet minimum.
That they can offer him. And then he signed up for that 1 year, opted out, and then got the 315.
They be listening, Whitey.
Yeah, they be listening.
Hollinger's listening to
He
it.
might be, man. He might be. I'm just saying. We said
What's
that
the
on the
date
show.
on that? What's the date on
I
that?
have to check.
Yeah, let's check
I
the
have to
date.
check.
I guarantee I didn't get it from Hollinger. I was spitballing that. March 21st, today.
Hey, they was listening to the show, White.
Oh, man.
They were listening to the show.
Everybody's listening.
I'm telling you.
You know what it was?
Everybody.
You know what it was, fellas? I didn't tweet it out. I didn't tweet it out. No, but go ahead. Sorry. No, that's.
He
I just-
says,
yeah. Go ahead.
obviously that goes out the window if somebody drops a full mid-level exception offer on him this summer. He says, thus far, it seems like LaRavia will thread the needle where nobody values him at that amount. So Hollinger frames it. I don't know if you framed it this way or not. Hollinger frames it this way. Kings want him to play well, but they don't want him to play so well that someone comes in with an offer this offseason that blows their potential package.
Yeah, I didn't frame it that way. I framed it as, I'm not closing the door on LaRavia returning to Sacramento. And what Hollinger's saying is 100% true. And we said it yesterday too, Jay. I mean, now if somebody comes out with this, 3-year, $45 million deal or something, then, if you're Jake LaRavia, you got to take it. But I mean, we talked yesterday about fit, comfortability. Looney, let's say, back with Golden State, that was his squad. That was his home. That's where, he felt comfortable. He was a great fit. He wanted to be there. They wanted him. Jake, in my opinion, fits in perfectly with who we need going forward. He's a perfect role player that could sometimes start, sometimes play 25, 30 minutes. He has that dog mentality in him. And I don't think, fellas, they would, and this is just me, that they would make this trade, bring him in here just for a rental without the thought of, we're going to try our damnedest to re-sign this guy after this season.
I think they need him for two big reasons. Yeah. One, as you said, he's just a perfect fit here. But two, he brings you something that you just don't have enough of on your roster. Not that you don't have a lot of on your roster, but that you don't have enough of with, again, back to the wings is the things.
Wings is the things. He guard multiple positions. 3-and-D guy can knock down the shot. You're right. You need a few of those on your roster. And I will say, guys like Jake LaRavia, that's what we've been missing on this roster for a number of years. We haven't had that. We tried Sasha. We tried Chris Duarte. We've tried so many guys at that position. Jake checks all the boxes as far as I'm concerned. Great team guy, locker room guy. Players love him. And so I'm not closing the door on them re-signing.
So
Jake.
if you're Jake LaRavia, what is the downside to you accepting an offer like this from the King? You're betting on yourself, right?
Exactly. Because if you have that player option, and you perform well again, you can enter free agency again after this next season. And so, I think what will happen ultimately is Jake will see what's out there because it's only right to do due diligence, right? If you're him, who knows? Somebody might, Orlando or somebody might offer him 3 years, 45. And then it's like, man, that money is life-changing, And so do your due diligence and then see what the Kings are offering and make your decision. But I would think, and this is why these last 13 games are so important. This is why settling up the front office. This is why having a vision going forward is so important. We talked about Domas and Sam and Slates wrote about it, but if you're Jake LaRavia, you want some clarity on where this organization is headed to, I would imagine. Yeah.
Get in line.
Yep.
Jake LaRavia for that. When we come back, Kings struggle with their identity because they may be trying to become something they just aren't yet. Next on Sacktown Sports.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Choose Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil designed for today's engines exclusively at your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Something amazing is happening here. Scientists are using AI to study how whales talk to each other. CDW experts can give researchers the power to process complex data with HP workstations, advanced by AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro processors. With easier handling of AI workloads, your organization can bring powerful insights to the surface. Make amazing happen. HP, AMD, and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/HPAMD.
When it is all on the line, you need a big-time closer, which is especially true when it comes to your garage door. That's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door, get a brand new one installed, or just figure out why it's not working the way it used to work, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since, 1974. Because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE, broken spring experts. Styles, prices, quality of their new doors, it's astounding. Our garage door made it clear that it was time to do something about it. Kevin from National Garage Door came out. This is important. He said patching up the old one was an option. Like, we could probably get this working again. We decided to go with the new garage door, however, and we're very happy with the decision. National Garage Door selling quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, they offer service, they offer installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. So if you have garage door needs, the old one's coming apart, you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 916-638-4554. That's 916-638-4554. And that is National Garage Door.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place.
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business.
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Power up your drive with more miles and fewer fill-ups. Toyota leads the way with more hybrids than any other brand. Backed by Toyota's legendary reliability. Shop great deals on 16 Toyota hybrid models from the longest-lasting brand on the road. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year complimentary scheduled maintenance plan. Don't miss the final days of Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota, let's go places. See your Toyota dealer for Toyota Care details and exclusions.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Hey, Drapes, what'd you make of that nasty spill Steph Curry took last night?
Ooh, I saw that. It sent shockwaves.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah, I saw that. He's going to be out, to start this road trip for the Warriors, I think they said?
At
least
I
this
haven't
first
seen
game.
the update on that pelvic contusion as they're trying they're a game and a half clear now of the 7th spot, aren't they?
Yeah.
How about that? It's the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's a
lost
big
couple
win
in a row.
last night for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Clips are surging. 4 straight for the Clippers. Meanwhile, Sacramento, now 2.5 up on the 10th spot, 2.5 up on the 11th spot. I know we touched on this earlier, but do you think now with Dallas, supposedly their 3 bigs are working out with a G League team, they might want to bring them back, including AD. We don't have to worry about missing the play-in, do we, Drapes?
Nah.
We don't have to worry about that, do we?
I don't think so because, one, Phoenix still has the toughest schedule in the league. We just need one of those two, Dallas or Phoenix, to flame out. Phoenix still has the toughest schedule in the league. Celtics twice, OKC, Cavs, Rockets, Knicks, and Golden State. Meanwhile, their easiest opponent, they only got one in the easiest opponent column, the San Antonio Spurs. And we play Phoenix one more time, Whitey. So, right now we're up, 3 in the loss column on them.
Correct.
Send them another loss, that's 4. And so I'm not worried. Dallas, meanwhile, according to strength of schedule, 19th most difficult schedule. They play the Clippers twice, so that should be interesting. But then they got Brooklyn twice as well and some easier games. I'm not worried. I'm not panicking.
At the risk of getting, really wonky here, differential to me is still worth looking at. In the East, point differential, there's only 6 teams with a positive point differential. Detroit is 6. And in the West, the Kings still have a positive. That is, of course, scoring more than you give up. It's barely, they're 0.8 positive, but nobody else behind them has a winning differential. It's just another indicator. This team's probably a little better than the record says.
Yeah. And also, to that point, if they were in the Eastern Conference, they'd be in 7th spot right now. What would the feeling be surrounding the team if you're 7th in a conference versus 9th? And this brings up, should they do away with conference seeding? It's like, because think about it. If you're a Kings fan right now, you would be 7th. No way you could catch Detroit, but you're feeling a little bit better. You got 2 shots at home to make it.
Yeah.
Now, but because you're in the Western Conference, you're living on the edge here.
Yeah. I guess if you're 0.8 and you're 1 game over 500, that probably is
that's about
right.
Yeah,
I haven't checked what their expected win-loss is, but it's interesting, with the March Madness going on. I've been thinking about that thing I brought up a couple days ago.
Yeah.
What if you had a committee select the NBA playoff teams And I just keep coming back to what you said, which was nope. The Kings would get screwed every year.
I mean, think
they
about
get
it.
snubbed every year.
Dude, somehow they'd find a way to sneak the Pelicans in, the Spurs
They'd
in.
be in the NIT.
Right, seriously, man. Like, it's a star-driven league, man. We would get screwed. I'm looking at the Sixers, with Embiid and them might get a vote or something like that. Nah, I'm good.
You're
I'm
right.
good.
You're right.
Yep.
Well, we don't have to worry about that anyway. It was great after the win over the Cavs. We had Doug Christie talking about this is who the Sacramento Kings are. Remember, he actually spelled it out because we've been wondering about that. Who are they? Who are they? And after that win, he spelled it out. This is Kings basketball. You have the consistency in your professionalism and your effort, and win or lose, the fans respond to that. And it was very eloquently stated. But after last night, I wonder sometimes if the Kings are that yet. So, we wonder, what's the identity? I think they know what they want to be and what Doug Christie knows what he wants them to be, but they're just not, especially with the injuries. They're having a hard time being that every night.
Yeah, you're right. They're not there yet. It's a process. And, I think, Doug wishes and hopes, and this is what he demands and expects every single game. But, when you look around the league, it takes time. And, people be like, Drapes, you're making excuses. I mean, hell, man. There's a reason why, and this might be a bad example on this day, there's a reason why the Miami Heat created a culture. It took time. It took years. The Celtics, it took time. Denver. And so I think to your point, you're right, 100%. Like, this is who Doug wants us to be, but sometimes that's not who we are,
right?
And so that's honestly to be expected when you have so many new players, a new team, new coach, and everything. It's not going to happen overnight. We're not going to throw in. It's not a TV dinner, Whitey.
I still think, Jerry touched on it last night. The defense wasn't very good. I still think that's probably still the single biggest issue with the team. I mean, if you really want to be a good team, and philosophically as an organization, defensively, you're just trying to be good enough to get by. You're limiting yourself right there. We just want to be as good enough to get by on defense. I don't know if you could ever hope to win a championship.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, if you demand, expect mediocrity, you'll get it. You know what I mean? And so, all right, little Johnny, just get a C, man. That's all Johnny will get. Oh, I got a C. He's feeling accomplished. And so that's one of the things I will say with Mike Brown, that I agreed with him. You got to demand, and Doug does this too, demand every day excellence on the defensive end. And so it's a cop-out, like you said, if you allow them to think, if we're just middle of the pack, 15th, no, you strive for excellence. You strive to be number one in both. Of course, you might not always hit that point, but that's the goal. That's the end of the prize you're looking at the end of the road. And so, yeah, I agree with you in the fact that if you're like, we won this top 10, well, you'll probably be 10. Why not strive for something bigger and better?
Right. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for because you may get it. What do we have here from Mies? Whitey, don't know if the text line still works. Laravia's nickname in my house is the Prince of Laravia or Laravia Knights. Okay, fine. Somebody else wants to know here, Drapes, why didn't Valanciunas play more? Only 15 minutes. Then I've lost track of where the rest of it goes. And Keon only 18. Valanciunas being on the floor opens things up for them.
I thought Valanciunas had a hard time defensively out there. Vucevic, first of all, was, hitting the threes, and JV couldn't get out there. And then Keon had some foul trouble too. He was in some foul trouble throughout. And so
he was on skates against Kobe White.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the one thing about Keon, I love Keon, but and this isn't a mental thing or an attitude thing. He's just not, he's very slight.
Right.
I think Drew Holiday, one of his most outstanding traits is he is strong as a bull.
Yep.
And Keon is just not built that way, and certain matchups are tough for him because I thought last night was an example.
No, you're right about
especially
that.
when they start officiating in that way. It's like pretty much everything goes.
Yeah, and I was talking to the Bulls broadcasting crew, Adam Amin and Stacey King, about Kobe White, and people think Kobe White is slight of frame, a small guy, but then when you get out there and you see him, like physical, but muscular, built, 6'5", length as well. And so, when he's throwing that shoulder into you, Keon had a hard time.
Yeah.
Dog, what's going on in the YouTube chat, Jay? We getting spammed, man. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at, if you ain't in the YouTube chat, it's going crazy right now. I'm sorry, Whitey.
Somebody's promoting the college basketball on TV.
Dude, it's been like that. And I'm like, we got loyal people, Banter the Young, Campio, Amadrock. I'm like, dang. I'm sorry, YouTuber. Sorry, it just caught my eye. And I'm like, this is gross. Yeah, we got to get
Amadrock says, at what point in last night's game did the refs stop calling fouls for Debo and Monk when they drove to the hoop? Kobe White was getting a lot of calls. He was getting everything.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing about doesn't make it right, but they were, the officials were rewarding the aggressor.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not, I thought the main thing last night, Whitey, between the difference between Kobe White and our guys, I felt like our guys drove looking and hoping to get the call. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas Kobe White was just balling, playing through it. He's trying to get the basket, and you guys, he happened to get hit. Our guys, I felt like, were penetrating, trying to get there, and looking to contort and get a call instead of really going through. And give the Bulls credit, too. I thought defensively, their physicality on our drives to the basket.
Yeah, and they brought their defense out on the perimeter and shut down the three-point line, and it took the Kings a while to figure out how to counter that.
Yeah, exactly. And, sometimes, and you said it, sometimes you just got to tip the cap and be like, you know what? On this day, the Bulls were better than us. I don't think it's an overreaching indictment about the state of the team, because we knew that before the Bulls game that this was, an issue and a possibility. And so it's just one of those nights, man.
This is a fragile team capable of highs and lows, and it's just going to be that way for a while. Imran Pralati is probably Kevin Huerter's #1 fan.
Is Imran here already? Oh, I'm excited to see my guy. It's been a while.
Oh, and I think he's got the Kevin Huerter wig on, doesn't he? We'll find out when he joins us next on Sacktown Sports.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body?
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with turbo power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
My wife was like, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to bring the kids. And I was like, whose kids?
Jim Gaffigan. Everything is wonderful.
I spent the entire time applying and reapplying sunscreen, which thankfully makes my skin whiter.
Jim Gaffigan. A night of all new material. Saturday, March 29th. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Live and local. It's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Sending this one out, of course, to Malik Monk. It's a Friday, damn it, with the Drive Guys. And helping us wrap up our final hour of the week, none other than, he's a real short print, as you know. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. From True Sports Cards and Ripola. Remember, we're trying to have fun today because it's Friday. Damn it. That's right.
What a soundbite.
That's a good one right there. That's a good one.
I'm staying as far away from you as possible.
I know, right?
Your voice sounds all
no
weird.
No mask or nothing?
Yeah, what's up with this? I feel like...
You want me to go in the other room or something?
No. Me and Kyle are just going to sit on the same shit.
Yeah, I
got to get away from you. I'm glad you're feeling better. And then you're going to be able to do the show with me tomorrow, right?
If you'll allow it. I mean, unless you probably want me to go through quarantine or wear a hazmat suit or something. But yeah, let's go.
We don't have to disclose how I'm going to have to sit next to you, but we're fine.
All right.
Good show so far, guys. I've been listening.
Oh, thanks.
Well, thanks. But speaking of shows, since you brought it up, where the heck is your show tomorrow? And how can people join us?
We'll be at the Wyndham Hotel off of Madison on 80. You and I.
Oh, that's right.
You'll be there.
Yes.
And we will be running the show live for the first time ever from a show.
Might be there.
No, he only.
I'm not going during your show. Though.
No.
Listen, I ain't going.
The reason why Kyle wanted to be there is because he was like, "Oh, you guys are gonna be live on the radio? Maybe I'll swing by." Because he's gonna be like one of those guys going, "Hey, scoot over, guys. I wouldn't mind being on this."
Yeah, I'm sure I need that, right? Please. I'm not looking to talk to anybody, right? I'm done talking.
You're just going to do your usual Kyle Draper, put the sunglasses on, headphones on.
Have security with me and everything. No, me and Nick will come by tomorrow, though, during the show. Are you at the whole show?
Yeah.
All right.
Our guy's working right now.
Yeah,
my guy.
Yes.
Nick is walking in the door. Right. He should be there right now. At True Sports Cars, working hard.
Appreciate you calling him, too, man. He wouldn't be doing nothing.
I said, is there any way that I could get you to come in? And he goes, I might be able to squeeze you in between 5 and 7. I'm like, this 15-year-old kid just told me what's up. So,
dude, you gotta expand the hours during summertime. Do you do that or no?
No,
really?
No,
go to 8 on summer. When it's light out still.
Yeah. Why not? Whatever you need.
Nick would work till 8. I'm saying Nick would.
What time would you like them to open?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. 7 o'clock is kind of early, big fella.
Well,
I get off work at 6. By the time I get out there, it's 6:40.
I'm trying to close before you get there. Hey man, can I get this for half price? Can I get this for half price? That's a very expensive hour for us to stay open. Secondarily,
Dude.
I like how you just changed my entire business plan and hours based on the fact that your son can only work till.
Dude, I'm just trying to make you money. That's it. I'm trying to help you out here.
Thank goodness for Kyle Draper.
Yeah.
Always keeping it.
Emron, your guy, Kevin Herter, had a night last night.
As I've told you before, I love Kevin Herter as a person. He struggled here as a player. It's always been about that confidence, right? And boy, the Chicago Bulls have it in him. And he came out on fire, and he had no bones about saying that it was a revenge game.
I love that. Yeah.
No, not everybody else. Plays it. It's just a regular game. Like, no, man. These guys did me wrong. They put me on the bench. Then they played me not at all. I think one of the biting factors, and it could have been the fact that they were trying to trade him at the time, so they didn't want him to get him hurt. But he's from that New York area, and he played a back-to-back. The Kings played a back-to-back, 2 games, Brooklyn, then Knicks, and he didn't play in one of those games. Coach's decision, and I thought to myself, "Ooh, that was a bad one," because he's there and his family's there to come and watch him, and then for him to get a coach's note,
DNPCD.
That was a rough one. So I think he had some real hard feelings for that. That's just a guess, nothing that I know, but it was.
Can you confirm that, Drapes?
I cannot confirm that. I cannot confirm that.
Here's what I'd say. I always want these good former Kings to do well individually and lose.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen last night. That was a rough game to watch. Drapes, great call last night.
Oh, thank you, my guy.
Just a tough one.
Tough game. Anything moving Kings wise in terms of is Malik stuff up now? Is it Devin Carter hot at all, or is this season kind of because it's been so
it's as malaise as the Kings record.
Now you had told us a few weeks ago that Keon Ellis was
he was seeing some uptick.
Yeah.
I think Devin Carter's getting a little bit of love. He played a lot of minutes last night.
Yeah, he's playing well.
And people are really still buzzing about that poster on who was it that he posterized on the Cavs?
I'm drawing
Wade?
a blank. Yeah, Dean Wade. Wade, yeah.
Got him good.
Yep.
He's playing really well. His moonshot threes, so interesting to see this guy play. And he took a jumper yesterday. I think it was a 3, and it just hit the side of the left of the rim. Didn't even hit the rim. I was like, oh no!
Why are you bringing that up, man?
We're having a positive.
Oh, we're having a positive win. What was the Kings score last night again? Yeah, let's keep it positive on that loss. It's been a rough go as a massive Kings fan, and of course the one game that I wanted to watch, I watched on delay because I'm working and I'm putting the kid down, and of course, first thing I get as I sit down, I've got my Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm ready to eat. And I'm ready to sit in front of the TV to watch the replay, listen to my guy Kyle call the game.
Yeah.
And as I'm sitting down, first 3 minutes, in comes the text, light the beam.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
And I'm like, well, I don't have to watch the rest of this game.
Hey, pro tip. Sometimes I'm at the game, sometimes I come home early or whatever, but watching last night, Draper on cold medicine is an even better call.
Who's sick?
Yeah.
No, you're sick too?
No, this guy was sick. Yeah.
Watching Draper on cold medicine is like, this might be the best thing I've ever heard him call.
You remind me of Will Smith on a Hitch when he's all like, "Hey, this is fun."
That's a great call.
Yeah, I don't know any difference between when you're on cold medicine and not.
Right. I take that as a compliment,
shots fired.
whether you mean it that way or not. That's how I'm going to take it.
At least I didn't call your iPhone a 2.
He called it that. Yes,
it's tiny.
That. Yes, it is. It's it's like a little Barbie phone. Are you really surprised though anymore when the Kings have a great night that's what they've been doing for almost 2 full years. And I'm not saying that as a criticism. I'm not saying it's terrible. Tear it down. There's plenty of time for that. I'm just saying, are we fooling ourselves if we think that they've actually, are going to be a consistent team here going?
Is that our worry right now? I think our worry is, can we get to the 8th seed? And truly, that's unfortunately our goal. Or it should be our goal at the moment, to be a 1 win and you're in type of player, team, I should say. That 9-10 seed is just a daunting task, and I just don't want to even be that way.
That's probably where you're going to be,
You're probably right. We estimated that on our last show together when we did True Sports Card Show, and we talked about that. But I think that it's just, if you look at the teams above, they keep winning. The Clippers keep winning. These guys keep winning. Even Phoenix is winning.
Yeah,
somewhat consistently. So this batch of 5 teams jumbling between 7 and 11 are just.
If you're the Kings,
we can't climb when we're losing to the Bulls. When we're up by 19, not saying the Bulls are better or worse, but when you're up by 19, you think at some point you can hold that lead and hold it.
And see that, I think that's a mistake. They should have won the game.
Yeah.
I'm not making excuses. They had a 19-point lead in the first half, right? In the NBA, Drapes, a 19-point lead in the first half is like, it's nice to have, but the threes just stopped falling. By the way, you look at the standings, the Kings may have somebody coming for him. Draper has been so quiet here as you and I have been talking. He's coming for you. I know. He's looking at your website.
I know.
I don't know what he's lining up, but he is coming.
The whole
for you.
segment is going to be, hey, my man.
Dude, this is promotion for your business, man. This is the.
I'm just staring into the
Drapes
wall.
is buying from True Sports Cards, everybody.
Is that how it works?
From True Sports
when is that
often-
going to start?
Yeah, every so often he's
I am looking up a
He's
few
coming.
things.
He's coming.
Can I ask you a card question? No, this is not to line my
Let's
pockets.
Let's do it.
Because I'm on your website and I see you have a lot of autographed cards, let's say.
Yeah.
Graded cards too.
Yes.
How much, how do you calculate the value of a autograph versus a non-autograph? Like, for instance, got a lot of Jerry West.
Yeah.
Is a Jerry West autograph worth 100 more? How does that in the industry?
I'm going to say this. Yeah.
Oh, we got to
take
we
a
gotta take a
quick
break.
time out,
All right,
and then you will answer.
Thank goodness I can think about this answer. I was a little. Thanks for doing that for me.
Minutes,
yes. Yeah.
Think it over.
Take a long break. I'm going to write down my notes.
Call Shep, whatever you need. Get the info. We're right back with that and more. Emmer and Pilati on Sacktown Sports.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Huge savings now on new 2025 Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter.
Save $11,000 off MSRP after rebate every new Silverado LT Turbo Max with Maida Chevy's exclusive all in-stock pricing.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area.
$11,000 off new Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some of the offers.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
Graphed by a player in terms of their value. Here's Emron.
Yeah, so let me rephrase that.
Yeah, can you ask the question?
How do you calculate how much to sell something for when it's signed versus unsigned? I see it's graded on your site, but how do you know, all right, a Jerry West autograph is worth 100 or a Artist Gilmore is worth 75? Like, how do you decide?
So a couple things come into factor. What, and this applies not just to cards, but to anything. What is the item? Let me go all the way back. Is the person alive or dead? That's number one.
Okay.
Right. He's not doing any more signings if he's passed away. So that there's a finite
That you
amount
know of.
that I know.
Right.
Bob Filler signing somewhere right now. The ghost of Bob Filler signing somewhere.
Don't give up on Ted Williams.
So what I'm saying is that, like, there ends up being a finite number of autographs in the world because that person's passed away.
Yeah.
So that's the first part. It's a morbid way of thinking, but that's kind of how the memorabilia game is, right? So, and then how many autographs did the guy sign when he was alive? Shoeless Joe Jackson, the guy that the Black Sox scandal, he was illiterate. So he couldn't really sign anything. So he would, scribble something out there. So his autograph is worth a ton of money. And so you take those factors. The next factor is the item that they signed it on. Is it a regular card? Is it something that's a bigger deal than that? Is it a unique baseball? Is it a team signed ball? Is it a rare photograph? So now you talk about the rarity of the item itself. And then most of all, when it comes down to it, is it real? Is it authentic? And there are maybe 5 reputable companies that can tell you whether or not that thing is real or not. I couldn't tell you how many times I get the Mickey Mantle baseball that comes in and they say, no, it's real. I know it's real. Yeah, well, it's signed on a Rob Manfred ball. Right. So he wasn't alive when Manfred was the commissioner. So I'm going to guess that this one's probably not real. So it comes down to a lot of factors, but those are the main 4 or 5.
Okay. I was hoping that answer would be more interesting, but it was good. I mean, it touched all the bases and everything.
You were texting on your tiny phone. You weren't paying attention.
I was trying to. It's too hard. You know how small
on your Apple
the letters are?
Apple thimble. I like how you said that. I think it was Kyle that said it has 4 buttons: one to call home, one to call your wife.
Right. Yeah. How can I get a Cooper Flag card?
We have him at the shop.
Guy.
We have him at the shop. How do you do today?
I don't know how he did.
I don't know.
You guys don't host a radio show? You don't know?
No,
I don't know that they played. I'll check.
They
for
played.
it.
No, they played. They were at like noon or something
Yeah, I'm
like
not
that.
sure they played.
Right?
We can edit this out in post, right?
Yeah, we'll figure
All right,
it
let's
out.
see.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, Cooper Flag was back. I think that there he is screaming on that website that you're looking on.
they beat Mount St. Mary's. Of course they did.
Yeah, Mount
Must have been a
93-49.
nail biter.
Yeah, we got it here.
So Cooper Flag's cards are obviously in demand. He's clearly going to be the number 1 pick should he decide that he's coming out. I don't know why he wouldn't, but NIL has turned it into a crapshoot. Sometimes the kids will not come out.
He only scored 14 points today, so those values.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
No, but that's why I asked, because he may be the next big, Wemby scheme, whatever.
Yes,
he may be the next.
He is already, and a kid like that can stay in school if he loves it and decides that he's just going to take the NIL money and still make millions of dollars. NIL's really changed the game in the fact that kids are willing to stay in school in order to, or even move schools to change their dynamic because of the financials. It's all the same. Caleb Williams, I think, said, I don't mind sitting out a draft because I'm going to make as much money playing for USC than I would in the NFL.
Of cards can there be of his, because he hasn't even been drafted by a team yet?
There's one called Topps Now. So Topps has been doing some products now where they do immediate prints of stuff that just happened. So as an example, you and I are both big wrestling fans, you and I.
Yeah.
That's a sarcastic mark for him. Right. I am a big wrestling fan. And John Cena recently turned into a bad guy.
Yes.
And him
we call that a heel.
Thank you for clarifying. I wasn't sure what it was called. And so John Cena turned heel, kicked Cody in the privates, and decided Cody Rhodes, and he turned on him. And then the next day, they had John Cena cards printed of that event. So this is called
Now.
Yeah, they call it Topps Now, and then they sell them on their website.
Topps?
Yeah, through their website. They're making Cooper Flag cards like that. So I expect to see Cooper Flag cards of his first NCAA tournament game. There might be cards starting to be made tomorrow.
Okay. How about, I think there's a McDonald's Chrome or something?
It's a McDonald's All-American. Yeah, okay. Topps Chrome. He's in his McDonald's All-American get up. And
where am I going to find something like that?
There's a sports card shop called True Sports Cards located in 6661 Stanford.
My gosh, how much are you getting for this infomercial here?
Let me just step back for a second. Is it an infomercial when I'm part of this team? When I'm part of this radio station and I have a show here? Or am I just an extension? This is called crosstalk.
You signed up for 1 hour.
Is that what I signed up for?
That's about it.
It's an interesting theoretical.
Well, what is it that you'd like to ask me, Kyle, regarding prices that you want to pay?
No, I'm looking at this Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Julius Erving 3 of
You
my
want that.
favorite. I do want
reprint,
that.
or is
You
it
want
the?
Is this a reprint? Oh yeah, it is a reprint.
Well, how much
Okay.
is it? How much is it on the website?
You want me to say?
I hope so.
$550.
See, and if that was if it was a non-reprint, that'd be like thousands.
Really? I was wondering. Okay.
Did you pay attention to my social media lately?
No, I haven't.
Hey, why okay?
No, I saw that Jordan thing.
You saw it, huh?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's what
Did
I'm
that?
talking
Have you sent it in to get graded yet?
Let's step back for a
All
second.
right,
Let's give everybody the context.
All right, go ahead.
I get a phone call. The store gets a phone call, and a guy goes blah blah blah. I'm watching AJ, our great team member, take the call, and his eyes get big, and he goes, "Emran, come to the back real quick." So I go to the back, and he shows me this card that the guy on the phone texted him a picture of the card. This card's $150,000 card. It's a 1998 molten metal gold Michael Jordan. It's one of the most rare Jordan cards that are out there.
Is it literally made of gold?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. But it's very, very intricate, detailed card. And so he says, I have it and I'm interested in getting it graded and possibly selling it. I said, bring it in. I mean, I can't believe that he has it, right? Yeah, right. You're sending me a photo. The guy comes in 2 hours later and he brings the card in. And I'm staring at it and I'm like I'm holding a condo in Stockton's worth of value, right? $180,000 card in my hand. So I said, we're not going to just send it to PSA and we're just going to, put it in the mail and pray, check the tracking.
Bubble mailer.
Right. Check the tracking. It's sitting on a doorstep somewhere. So we've made the commitment. Me and this does not want to be named person who owns this to go fly down to PSA and do a same day grading in person. It's going to cost around $4,000 to get that card graded. But if it comes back an 8, $200,000 instantly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're going to document the journey. I'm not going to say what day we're leaving, but we are leaving in the next month to get this done. And he's going to be carrying it on the but he doesn't want anybody to know who he is. He wants to stay private. But it came in a dirty sleeve that had been for 30 years and in an envelope. So like a regular mailing envelope.
Yeah.
It didn't even have a top loader on it because he had it since he was in 1998 when he had it. So
how do you get something? Did he pull it back then?
He bought it with his dad. Yeah. Yeah. He spent 4, maybe 5 figures on it. But the way that it sits right now, that card is like $125,000. Wow. And when I post on our Instagram, True Sports Cards, people were messaging me, is this for sale? I'm interested in making an offer. I'll do 6 figures. And I talked to the guy. He's like, not interested. It's him and his dad's card.
Wait till it gets graded.
Sell it.
Wait
I was
till
just
it's
gonna
2 or
say,
something.
let me just think about something. If it was Nick and Kyle Draper, Kyle would be like, why is it already not on its way to the new buyer?
Oh, yeah.
And Nick would be like, no,
how's he paying for college?
Yeah.
That card, bro. So him and Quinn get through college with that. Come on now.
So you say that this gentleman or lady doesn't want to be identified.
Fine,
neither does the person who won the auction for the Skeens rookie pass.
1.1 million is what they paid for that card. We thought that it was going to hit $1 million. It did hit $1 million. $1.1 after what the buyer paid for the premium. What an amazing thing to have a card that was pulled out of a pack last year sell for $1 million. Just didn't think it would happen.
Yeah, from the 530. Did the Skeens card sell for more or about what you expected it to sell for?
I think the general consensus was that it was going to be a $1 million card. It did hit that number. So did the LeBron triple logo, man. That hit $1 million 2 years ago. So I just think that you're going to see more and more of these cards. Let's say that card, it won't. I looked at it, but the Jordan card that we were talking about a little earlier, if it got a 10, that'd be $1 million card. Maybe more, 1.5 maybe. Because it's so intricate.
Is it possible there are no 10s out
That's
there?
correct. There is no 10. There's no 10. The highest grade that card has is an 8. This one has a chance at an 8, maybe a 7.
Okay.
So
still good.
Exciting stuff.
Ronnie moving any product now at all?
He is finally.
Okay.
I mean, when you're scoring 17 points against it's just funny that but he's playing garbage time, but it's okay.
Stephen A says, I may have been wrong about him.
I may have been wrong about
him.
It's kind of funny how you correct your course of action when you get shouted down by LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Bronny's going to be one of those rotational players, probably in the 7, 8, 9 rotation. You could see that. And he's too small to really do anything much. But then again, I saw a guy that was 6'3" torch the Kings last night. named Kobe White.
Nah, he's 6'5", they say.
You think so?
That's what.
You stand next to him?
Big. He's big.
Yeah, he's.
Gino wants to know: is there a Cooper Flag Olympic card?
No, not yet. At least I know that he played on some sort of a younger Olympic team card, but team, but nothing yet. The McDonald's All-American is really the only thing that's out there.
Is
And those
Cooper?
are-
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just going to follow up on that. Some of those are really valuable, right? The Cooper Flag already.
For sure. His autograph, if you pull an autograph out of the All-American, the McDonald's All-American stuff, even if it's not numbered, not serially numbered, you're still spending $500, $600, $700.
Is it Cooper and then everybody else?
Yes.
In this upcoming rookie class?
The two kids from Rutgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they moving at all? Harper and
they don't have
Bailey?
much. It's Cooper Flag or bust. It's a very Victor Wembanyama type of class.
Yeah.
But at least they have a signature player. This past class has been really bad.
Really? It's actually some solid players, but they don't have buzz for certain.
They don't have. Well, the one that did have buzz was Jerry McCain.
Yeah.
You know, our guy from
Yeah,
Sacramento
yep.
area.
And he
So-
got hurt, yeah.
he got hurt. And then Jalen Wells is the other one. You know, from Folsom.
Mm-hmm.
So like these guys
It's
are getting
weird
a little
what
bit
goes into buzz, huh? It's not just that guy's going to be a good player. Yeah, but that's only a quarter of what makes him sought after.
Agreed.
player.
I think nowadays with the access to players or the players' access to fans, how you handle yourself in social, how you handle yourself off the court can mean so much more. As an example, even the older players, Jalen Rose is somebody now because of his prowess as a broadcaster and as a journalist, rather than who he was on the court. Kendrick Perkins was who? Now
Right.
everybody talks about Big Perk like he's something special.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
know?
Emron, something special. Back with more from Emron when we come right back. Drive Guys, Sackdown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Consolidated Communications.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Limited sunshine on Saturday. Temperatures will start in the upper 40s, but get held back in the mid-60s. It'll be much warmer and sunnier Sunday. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Want internet with more speed and less frustration? Fidium Fiber Internet is better because it's built to deliver more bandwidth and speeds up to 2 gigs. Switch today and you can kiss buffering and weak Wi-Fi goodbye. Visit fidiumfiber.com.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino. With over 80 table games, the hottest slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
There's a message from me. Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Cameron Pilati with us as far as the Kings talk goes. He's not happy today. Like a lot of Kings fans, they were not happy with the way that game turned from 19-point lead, party time, another win, look out, 8 seed to what was that?
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where it's like when you get a game that you're not supposed to win, like Cleveland, and you win, you feel sky high. And you're like, okay, well, we had the Bulls as a potential win or a strong chance of it winning. And then you let that one slip away. It's like, man, we can't gain anything when we're beating teams we're not supposed to and then losing to teams that we're supposed to beat. Yes, we had a feeling that we were going to be 1-1 out of these two games.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the 1-1 that we were expecting.
Right,
so now we're
right.
disappointed.
Right,
but
right.
we still ended up being 1-1 out of this thing
End up
as
feeling
we expected.
bamboozled, befuddled, and bewildered.
Those are the words that I would have chosen. Yes,
right? Yeah.
When you look at where the team is, Emran, and you're a sports expert, you don't just dabble in cards. You're a lover of the game.
Thank you very much.
You played at a high level.
Did
you?
Yeah, I played at
like
24-hour fitness in Stockton.
Do you see some
quite the jumper
pieces for us going forward? Like, do we have pieces that we can build around, in your opinion?
Okay, so as I've said before, I liked what we got in return for De'Aaron a lot better than most people thought. Mm-hmm. I like Levine, I really do. Mm-hmm. Some people feel like he's Matador with defense, and that's true. But
I get it.
Yeah. Ole, people just go right past him. But then if a player can cancel out the best player in points, then you rely on the rest of your team to help you out to make that up for it. So I hate to say this, terrible, but if he gives up 30, but he scores 30, I mean, it's a neutral, right? So you hope that the Keegans and Keons of the world pick up the slack and outscore their guys or play defense on their guys. I like Zach because of his age. I know his contract is pretty incredibly high,
but not as, relatively speaking, not as onerous as it was even just a year ago. With salaries going up, his now is like, it's nowhere near the worst. But
wasn't it really tied to his ankles and his feet? Because he really had some problems with it and his foot.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't want to pay $45 million to a guy that's got a jacked up foot and can never play. But how much? I hate to say this. I don't want to be a conspiracy theory, but let me put my hat on. Would you want to play for that Bulls team and risk your long-term career playing for a team that was in the dumps?
I'd probably play for them if they asked me
My plantar fasciitis might start up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I like Zach. I like Keon a lot. I love homegrown. I don't know if he'll ever reach superstar status, but a homegrown guy.
How about Devin Carter?
I'm digging him. He's a little small for my liking, but he's very great on ball defense. He seems to be tenacious right from the jump. So when he'll pick up people at 3/4 court and really make them work to get the ball across half court, when you're able to help them waste 7 seconds of a 24-second clock before they can even get into their offense, it's nice. Oh,
there it is. See,
sorry,
Cody is 100%. I'm like, where'd he
cold
go?
medicine's wearing
Oh
out.
my
Where'd he
goodness.
go?
So Draper's becoming less interesting to you right now.
Yeah.
As the cold medicine wears out.
Like, he was funnier like half an hour.
right.
It was funnier when I took it closer to my
That's
dose.
messed
stick.
up. That's messed up.
Yeah, Devin Carter, I think is I think they may have hit on that one. We don't know yet. I know a lot of people are down on him.
Well, who was picked behind him? I mean, of course, he was. You look at the draft, and it wasn't a super strong draft, anyways. I thought his size was something that I was uncomfortable with, but he's been able to show us this guy's got some hops.
Yeah. Compio wants to know: are there MLB team cards, and will the West Sacramento A's team card be worth big money?
Ooh.
The only thing big money right now of the A's are their ticket prices. As you saw, they're the number one highest ticket price in the entire MLB at the moment. They are not going to put the word Sacramento in any format. They are just going by the Athletics. I can't believe they're doing this. I don't know, Campio, who our guys are going to be this year. I think it's going to be Butler, Lawrence Butler. He's got that swag about him. I really enjoy him. I like seeing him play.
But they won't be worth anything because they won't be rare. And just because it's the first year, that doesn't make it worth anything, right?
Let's go back to the OKC. I'm trying to think of where the Pelicans played during the Hurricane Katrina scenario.
No, it was the Hornets that played.
Yeah,
they
were New Orleans Hornets. They went to OKC to
Was it OKC or San Antonio? One of the two.
OKC.
Yeah.
OKC.
Oh yeah, because they couldn't get San Antonio exist.
They were the New Orleans OKC. They adopted OKC as
there. I think they played there for 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
1 or 2 years.
I think Bobby Jackson might have played.
We don't really even talk about that team. So how are we going to look in history in the Sacramento A's era? Although people are still hoping and wishing that thing falls apart in Vegas. It looks like it's moving forward.
Really?
They demolished the Tropicana. They're going to be building the stadium on that corner. I think it's a terrible place to put it, but if they move forward with that, then we just need to enjoy the A's for the next 3 years.
Some good news maybe on that front. I don't know if you saw this. Marcos Breton wrote this in what I call the
He's
Sacramento.
Still writing?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. In the best of circumstances, the Athletics, this is to stay in Vegas, they have to find in the range of $1.4 billion in private financing for a team valued in Oakland at $1.2 billion.
Dang.
So that's what they have to do. A key milestone in the team's development agreement is for it to provide evidence to the Las Vegas Stadium Authority that it has $100 million of its own money on hand or expended. There has been no such announcement. The Athletics, according to an authority spokesperson, quote, have not given us that notice / proof. So maybe, it's all being taken care of behind the scenes, or maybe they don't got the money.
I guess we can always hope that they don't got the money. I would think, does it tie into the larger picture when Mark Davis and the Raiders are went from Oakland to Vegas? Does it behoove an NFL team to have a major league team join them, so that way you have two in the major market?
I don't think so.
You don't think it should be tied? You don't think Mark Davis would be part of the conversation if the money's not there?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, because it's competition.
I
Yeah.
don't
I mean, you
know.
may be right.
Off
If he gets
seasons.
a piece of it.
Off season. So you're going to run baseball March through October.
The A's are going to be perennial playoff team.
Right. They're going to play deep.
Why'd you roll your
I was just checking what time it was. Because you have September. You know what's really scary about this? And I hadn't thought of this till today when I figured we might be talking about this. What if the Vegas thing falls through, the Sacramento A's do really well, but baseball says, yeah, they're not going to go to Vegas, but we're not going to keep them in Sacramento either. I had never thought of that. It's
Like,
possible.
You mean Portland or something?
Portland or back to Oakland. I had
or-
never thought of that until today. I was like, oh, that would be bad.
I think that all 3 years they will sell out every game. It'll
And
be
they'll
like
still
it'll
be
be like
almost last in attendance.
It'll be like
'Cause
art.
it's so small.
It'll
No,
be
seriously.
Yeah, but if you look at capacity percentage, they'll be at 95 to 100% the whole way.
Yes,
it'll feel
yes.
like 1990s Arco. You remember when we just had this streak that we just sold out every game, every game, no matter how good or bad the team was? I think that we see that there's writing on the wall that there's a finite 3 years that they're going to be here, and they're going to love Major League Baseball while they're here. no matter what. They're going to sell out. And because the River Cats have proven that the Sacramento fans will come out and support the local team.
Yeah, Campy says Davis is not a Fisher fan. So
Davis is a money fan. When you have two major sports in the same, because they don't conflict. And you also have the Golden Knights there already too. I forgot about that too. So you already have NHL, you have NFL. If you could get MLB, and it's on the horizon, we know that Seattle and Las Vegas are going to get the expansion basketball teams when the time comes. So they need to be a four major sport city, and having the A's not go there, that's the closest that they're going to get to getting a team there. Because who else is going to relocate with the exception of maybe Tampa Bay?
Drapes, do you know? It seems to me I read something about this. You would probably know. Is there a race now, in a way, between the NBA and Fisher to see who can get into Vegas first?
I haven't heard that. It wouldn't surprise me, though. But, with the NBA, Fisher's talking, 3 years? NBA expansion?
Inside of 2.
2 years it would have to take. So,
you would want to be there first, right?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. And so, but you don't even have an owner yet, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
LeBron wants to be part of that ownership group of the whatever they're going to call it in Vegas. But Seattle is just on the brink of it. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's about to happen. I'm a little concerned that the NBA is going to get watered down a little bit as far as the quality of players. Because you see these benches that are out there right now, and you're kind of like, the bench is okay.
But they say the exact opposite. There's so much talent in the league right now that guys aren't even getting an opportunity. Think about it.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen them get that opportunity.
Right.
So we assume that the benches are weak, but maybe there's some superstars waiting their turn and just not getting an opportunity. Like a Kevin Huerter against the Kings.
Boy, yes, Kevin Huerter can lead a team, right?
With 2 swag threes and staring at the crowd. Oh. My nightmare.
That hurts, huh?
Yeah, it hurts real bad. You know what hurts worse?
What?
Owning 200 signed Kevin Huerter Kings jerseys.
Oh, bro, you might as well give one to me and Whitey. I mean, if they just sitting in the warehouse.
What? We're trying to help them out.
Somebody help me. Somebody help me.
We got to ask you about your deal with Kevin McHale.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And if anybody's up for a little Whitey's Wayback Machine.
Okay,
let's do it.
Yeah, it's coming up next as we wrap things up on a Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Saturday night, Kings and Bucks. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by California Sun.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Limited sunshine on Saturday. Temperatures will start in the upper 40s, but get held back in the mid-60s. It'll be much warmer and sunnier Sunday. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Free wellness, red light therapy, infrared trim pod, cold plunge, halotherapy, massage, cryotherapy, sunbeds, and more. All free during Wellness Weekend at California Sun Wellness Spas. No sign-up required. Experience wellness like never before at all California Sun Wellness Spa locations. Today through Sunday. CaliforniaSun.com.
We were the Humane Society of the United States. 70 years of fighting for animals. Today, we are called Humane World for Animals, a name that reflects our unstoppable commitment to end animal cruelty globally. Humane World for Animals, the end of animal cruelty.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
That's right, guys. Live and local. Every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Looks like we're about to make history in Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz, brought to you by Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. But before we get to that, so I'm hoping we have the first team matchup ever. So I think it would be like you two against.
Oh, it was Ramsey still back there?
Ramsey,
yeah. He don't want none of this smoke.
Yeah, Ramsey and Jay against Draper and him.
This is easy.
Open this. But before we get to that, I saw you posted, Emron, on what I call social media. Something about you and Kevin McHale?
I mean, we're not like buddies hanging out or nothing, but we are participating in a private signing. I'm going to Arizona to meet with him. And doing
pretty much are like best friends.
We're pretty much best friends. Yeah, Kevin and I I'm going to be participating in an autograph private session. That's where we get together, not to the public. There's only 3 or 4 of us in the room, and we have signed a bunch of items. And
wow.
And so we're doing a special right now, $99 if you want a Kevin McHale signed jersey. A custom
like
jersey.
a pre-order kind of thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
pre-order. $99 plus tax. So $109 or whatever the tax rate is for it, and come pick it up at the shop. The signing will be done the first week of April, and I'll be back with them in shop. I'll have about 150 jerseys.
So only jerseys, not my 87 Fleer Kevin McHale.
I could go down there and I can bring that for you. You really want one signed?
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah. I
sure.
mean, I'm just wondering if it's only jerseys he's
No,
signing.
he's signing whatever I put in front of him.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
You Celtics jersey, you said?
Yeah, Celtics. Yeah, it'll be a
Celtics
custom
McHale?
Boston. Yep, custom
Okay.
Boston one. Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
All right.
Nice guy. I've met him twice before.
Really?
Nice dude. Did you know his nickname's the Torture Chamber?
Yes.
The Torture Chamber.
I've heard
Yeah.
that, and then you put that on social media.
I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of videos. I mean, I saw him play when I was young, but then just kind of reminiscing and looking at his YouTube videos. This guy's had 1,000 moves.
Oh yeah.
Footwork.
And you just dippy do you. You're jumping. He's going underneath and doing finger rolls. He's an incredible player. Sometimes we forget about some of these guys, but you look at him and you're like, that guy. That guy. It's kind of like when you see Kyle Draper, and you're at where
here
are you
we
at?
go.
Fitness, Lifetime Fitness. Where are you?
Lifetime, yeah.
And you're like,
killing him.
Draper, and then you see that jumper, and you're like, that seems
feathery touch.
Feathery touch.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
how I describe it.
Yeah, they call him not the torture chamber. What kind of chamber would Drapes be? The hot dog chamber.
Oh, that's messed up. That's
you said
messed
you
up.
like the hot dogs.
I know.
Do you like the hot dogs? That's my favorite.
I never
food.
eat the hot dog. I eat a hot dog once a year.
You ate with me at Doghouse.
That was the one time. That was the one time. And I think I had one at Sac State one time.
Did you?
I'm not a big hot dog guy. Like maybe on the golf course if there's nothing else or something like that. But
I just call him the hot dog chamber because he said earlier today. He
did
said,
you
that's
see that?
a great deal.
That's what you're
It's the
showing
dog
me
bowl.
because it's the
Yeah,
radio.
Mets.
And we should probably describe it.
Yeah.
It's a Mets batting helmet turned upside down.
Right.
Mhm.
And hot dogs are inside
12
of it.
hot dogs. That's $12.99 in a Mets game.
That's a great deal,
Drake
right?
said he liked it. That's why I said he's the hot dog chamber. Yeah.
12 dogs for
$12.99, and you get to keep the batting
helmet?
hat. Yes,
And
helmet.
you can't even wear it until you eat all 12
Right, you
hot
gotta
dogs.
devour all 12.
I'll be a Kobayashi for
I
that.
would like
fact.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Me and Draper dipping water and eating hot dogs just so we can fight for the helmet.
Time for Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz for March 21st.
Is it 2 and 2?
All right. Does everyone accept the challenge?
Ramsey said no.
I don't have the time right now, fellas. My apologies.
Jay can't do it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who should I do?
So
Who should I
Ramsey
go
said he
against?
could get in there.
I'll go
I
against
think we should
Draper.
go against-
Let's go.
yeah.
Emran?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go,
Easy.
Emran. All right.
We probably
Hey.
won't have time for a full round.
How about this?
Let me guess.
If
I win, I'll get something for free. And if you win,
I'm just
I'll
saying.
get something for free.
No friendly wager, big fella.
Done.
If I win, you give me that card I saw.
And if I win,
Nick will work 4 hours
That does-
free for you.
why are you giving away somebody else's labor?
I'm joking, man.
No,
I don't have to.
He's like, I'm just serious.
I'm just-
The other option is that I get to sit next to you on Radio Row
Where at?
if I win.
What radio row?
Wherever you sit in the arena.
At the Kings game? Yeah. Oh, heck no, bro.
It's not worth it to you?
That's for a Whitey's way back quiz? No, that
You
gotta
want
be
me to
some-
give you a $550 card?
Dude, I'm right there, bro. How much you think King's selling those seats for per game? Please.
Who's up first?
This
today?
is just a
I'm
gentleman.
gonna win.
bet.
It doesn't even matter.
I am.
Who's up? You go
I'm
first.
the defending champ.
Yeah. All right. Drapes, we got this day what year in the tournament, this day what year in the NFL, this day what year in baseball, 1953, 2019, and 2021.
This year tournament.
All right. It's let's see here. UCLA beats Duke 98-83 for the first basketball championship in school history. This day what year? He may turn this around and make you go.
Say that again one more time, please.
UCLA beats Duke 98-83 for the first basketball championship in school history. This day what year?
No, I'm gonna let Emra go first.
No, it's your question.
Yeah, but
This guy don't know the rules.
on
man.
the this day what year he has the option, as you will too if you choose one, to make you go first.
I know Ed and Charles O'Bannon was on the team, and I'm going to go with it's either 93 or 96. I'm going to go with 93.
Come on, Emran. Listen to the question one more time.
1992, Whitey.
Oh, is that what it was
correct.
prefaced?
Listen to the question one more
But
time.
listen, but wait, before you
I'm
go,
done.
was
I'm
it
done.
was it a 1992 question?
No.
No, it was what year UCLA won their first basketball championship.
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, God, man. You said it was against Duke. Ever?
They beat
18
Duke for the first championship in school history.
1822 with a peach basket.
What year? And you went.
Hell yeah, how about 1966?
I think I'm on cold medicine.
Emra, give it up, baby. Give it
Hey,
up.
you gonna laugh at me like that?
I'm sorry,
That's
man.
embarrassing.
That was embarrassing. What you just said.
He just didn't hear the question.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
I wasn't listening because it wasn't my turn. It
Taking
was
candy
his
from the
turn.
baby.
It was 1964.
64.
I was going to say 66. So
Yeah,
64.
yeah.
All right.
Campio knew the answer.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
1964.
Oh, so watch it. So he's checking.
Oh, he's looking at
No. He said that after I was
Okay,
wrong
all
by
right.
a lot.
Emran, which
Oh, God.
category? This date, what year in the NFL? This date, what year in baseball? 1953, 2019, or 2021? You're down 1-0.
Give me 2021.
2021.
Please.
All right, it's the closest two. Do you want him to go first?
No, I'll take it.
Ooh, okay.
Chris Paul, this date, 2021, joins the 10,000 assist club. How many NBA players have compiled as many as 10,000 career assists?
And
How
we're
many
talking
players
about
in their career,
above
10,000 or more career assists. Chris Paul's in that club, so including him, how many are in that club? 10,000 career assists.
Magic Johnson.
Come on,
Sean Stockton. Mark Jackson. Jason Kidd. I'm gonna go with 6.
6. Kyle Draper.
5. No, hold up. Other than Chris Paul, right?
No, included.
Are you saying?
How many are in the club, and he's one of the members?
Oh, 5.
Yeah. The answer is 7.
I thought
Very
so
good.
too.
So that's all of them except
you got
for
that one.
Yeah, it's
Who didn't
Stockton,
it?
Paul, Kidd, James, Steve Nash.
Nash. That's the only one I was missing.
Very good.
I felt sorry for you.
Is that what you did?
1-1. Back to Kyle Draper.
I'm gonna eat a donut.
This is the final. This is
This is it?
Yeah.
He's gonna pass.
What's
He's
the
too chicken.
What's the
2019, 1953.
Let me lay this out. He
No,
won't
you
take the
leaving
shot.
baseball out.
You don't have time.
2019.
2019. It's the closest to.
Emmerich goes.
Emmerich.
See, I told you he'd pass. Guys,
He's
still
trying to
take
play
the
a
last shot.
strategy. Final game this day. 5-4 Seattle win over Oakland. He ended his career with how many hits combined? MLB and the Japanese leagues for Ichiro. How many combined hits for Ichiro in his career? Most of anybody. MLB, Japanese leagues, how many hits?
4,230.
5,200. Yeah, 42-31.
This guy with his Price is Right strategy.
4,367.
All he had to do was just add one. This is garbage. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll be from the Sacramento card show tomorrow. Me and Whitey at 10 a.m.
on
True Sports Card Show.
Watch for Dre tomorrow night. Kings basketball. Have a great weekend.
all right,
Thanks for
guys.
listening to the Drive, guys. Stick around for Sports Radio next.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of